kicking like
1,
Dolomite.
2, 3,
Last one
4,
got copyright. I'm kicking like
5
Dolomite.
just to be sure.
Hey, one time,
Last
you
one
ready?
got
Copyright.
Yeah.
Last one got
Okay.
copyright. Hey.
You know what time it is. Every time I rhyme, it's just a sign that I'm about to kill. Yeah, it's time for weapon wheel. We got the skill, we got the games. Don't make me grab the steel. I put a hole in one like Abby did to Joe. Yeah, when it comes to aiming, I don't miss like Master Chief. I grab the piece and give your ass to Halo just for talking sweet. When it comes to gaming, yeah, you know our team's elite. Check the leaderboards, we run the game. You should pick up your feet. You can't lose them too smooth, just going to admit defeat. And ain't no capping around here, cause like Bond, I keep receipts. The most dangerous, better than these other guys. Try to come for us, what's like between your eyes like Jen Sakai. That's no lie nor prank. I grab the ratchet, no clank, and get my jiggy mask to show you how Jack Move got his name. Yeah.
Weapon Wheel Podcast.
Look, king of the castle like Cooper, captain of the ship. My name ain't Blandrew, but don't make me have to hit the switch. We'll dump you overboard, then watch the views. I ain't talking Twitch. Hey yo, Alex, go ahead, talk to him real quick.
Oh, the Dolomite is my name, and thick enough is my game. Dolomite, you heard her.
Claim it, a strike to claim it. And he got it!
They had the nerve to copyright the game. One time, it's just the bitches. Hey. Say yo, still putting wheels on the pavement. My game so tight, it's like Jordan 1 lazy. We stay in these gaming streets, ain't no way to be dormant. Ay, a Drake will leave your body uncharted like Lost Fortune. Coco Long scene was cute, ay, and yeah, it served its purpose. But I'm trying to give a detailed description of what a hearse is. I say we flip the switch on these against before it get bland. I see a lot of pods jacking the format like Dapper Dan. You hitting the dislike button? You still a fan? Talk slick in the comments and like Dutch, I got a plan. We don't do the sneak diss and that's that stuff that get you banned. Last time we told your was squad up, you start telling Rand. It's like I play with the sliders up. You just got 30, again turn me, the time is up. Since 2015, we been kicking game knowledge up. Dust your boots and join the crew if you wild enough.
Developers.
Dolomite, you heard her.
40 clips, kicking like Dolomite. Hey, 40 clips. Aimed at your fit beam, shotties, so much ammo, it don't make sense. Trying to compete is a sacrifice, die again in your afterlife. I'm taking a road trip, anytime you get on a fight. Guns and body counts, that's all that I tend to like. Any other podcast, a copy or look alike. Hey, and what they say? Hey, what I say? Hey, I put them in the dirt, toss and get hurt, no face, no case, smashed up like a jiggy merch shirt. Sliding in that vet, I'm gonna get back, time to pay that debt. It's time for weapon wheel.
Wonder.
What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy and steal. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, don't care about your feels. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy and steal. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our move, they copy and steal. BG, Black Bond, Jack Move, Kids Move, Blandrew, Alex 2. Damn man, that's a heavy crew. Other pods, they don't know what to do. They watching, they copy our every move. And they still fly like the Wii U. Jack Move voice, we saying you. Hop off the roof. Long range, no scope, yeah, I'ma shoot. Looking wanna play games, no David Blaine, but I'll make a nigga go poof. Oh, this not a game. Gang talk, nigga, what you know about the slang. Hop out the range. All black master, don't step out your lane. Every week it's us on your screen. Every weekend we entertain. It's not a thing that gets in between me and my team, me and my gang. When I'm on the beat, you already know. Straight to the top, yeah, we about to blow. BG my dog, he told me let's go. Sit back, relax, it's time for the show. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy and steal. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, don't care about your feels. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy and steal. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy and steal.
We got the guns on deck, no foul car, but you know I came with a tech. Yeah, since 2015, been stepping on the scene, putting foots on nets. Yeah, set 'em up, super soaker, pump action, wet 'em up, shooting out the. Yeah, we catching up. We bout the names, y'all are bark. Drive by midnight after dark. Gaming knowledge, fortitude. Top 2 and not the 2. Weapon wheel. Get the cash and grab the steel. Weapon wheel. Out the window.
weapon well, we keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon well, they watch our moves, they copying still. What weapon well, we keeping it true, don't care about your feels. What weapon well, they watch our moves, they copying still. Weapon well, watch how I show you my weapon well. Weapon well, watch how I show you my weapon well. What weapon well, we keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon well, they watch our moves, they copy.
Yo, mic check.
Mic check.
Okay.
How are we, man?
What's up, man? How's everybody?
All good. All good.
Okay. Yes, sir. Chat, let me know that y'all can hear us good. We good? Okay, audio's good. Gentlemen, how's y'all Sunday going?
Good.
Okay.
Good, very good.
All right. Deadly, appreciate you coming on. First time guest.
Appreciate the info, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you.
Jack, you're looking the same as last week.
Hey, you wanted me to look different? What you wanted me to wear, like some lingerie or some shit?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
I mean, how you wanted me to look is the question I'm asking you, brother. Like, what did you?
Exactly how you are. You're perfect in every way you are, sir. I don't want no change.
I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Bond just left and messed up the cameras. But when he comes back in, all right, cool. Or Hardhead, I told you can come. You can come in when we talking about Palworld or whatever the hell it's called.
Hey man, I'm here. Let's get it.
You gonna mess up the cameras. If Blandrew comes in, then the cameras are gonna be messed up. But Blandrew is an absentee, father, so maybe he doesn't even show up. I don't know.
All right, well somebody add me there, nigga. Damn.
Salty as hell. Yeah, just saw Smooth a few hours ago. So.
Yes.
What?
What's up? Yeah, we're good. We're good. I see everybody doesn't like that BG doesn't smile.
I'm like, why is that important, bro? I don't understand. Why is that everybody's obsession? I don't smile. No, I don't smile in pictures.
Hey, Smooth, you got a new barber, bro? Why you say that? You've been looking good recently, man. I don't know. Yeah, I've been going to the same guy that for the last 4 consecutive cuts. So yeah, he got you right, man. That's your new barber right there. The other dudes you was going to, you can't even fuck with them no more, bro. For real. He got you right.
I also found a new barber this week.
BG, how do I activate the camera?
You say you found the new barber too?
I did. I'm very happy with him.
Yes, sir. That's fine.
He's cheaper than all the others as well.
Yeah. Hey, that's important. Shit.
Bond. How do you activate your? I think did you figure it out? Oh yeah, there you go.
No, I got it. Yeah,
Okay.
just hit the camera button.
All right. Yeah. Listen, it's late for Headley because he's in the UK. Or I'm gonna call you Deadly. No offense. Headley sounds crazy.
Deadly's fine, man. Deadly's fine.
It's about 10 o'clock. It's about 10 o'clock out there, ain't it? Something like that.
It's 10 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
And we did a 4.5 hour podcast last week. We're not doing that today. I'm aiming for 2 hours and 15 minutes, something around there. So I want to get right to it. Get right to business.
That's exactly why I came like in the last 2 hours last time.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is Weapon Wheel Podcast, episode 393. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all your favorite audio live streaming platforms. We're on everything. If you want to support the podcast, check out patreon.com/Weapon Wheel Podcast. You can become a YouTube channel member by pressing the join button. And, you could support just by hitting the like button, which is absolutely free. So do that. Check out our perks on Patreon, After Dark. You could submit any question and we'll answer it in the after show. That goes live. That goes up on Monday. Early access to Planet Xbox episodes, access to Weapon Wheel Discord. You can submit trivia questions and just gaming questions in general if you subscribe to the right tier. And if you want to submit gameplay like what you're about to see on screen, I forgot to actually put that in, but let me fix that right fucking now. Yeah, if you want to submit gameplay, link is in the description for that. We appreciate all submitted gameplay. All right, let's do these intros. Deadly, you are our guest, so go ahead, shout out what you want to shout out, introduce yourself, promote whatever you want to promote.
First of all, thank you again for having me. My name is Deadly Headley. I am a fairly new content creator. I started creating content for YouTube back in July of last year, and it's gone really well. I have just passed 750 subs, which I'm really, really proud of. I have some secret sauce, which helps. I am a creative professional and graphic designer for my big boy job, and I have a journalism degree, so I'm somewhat qualified to operate in the space and make good content, and I'm having fun doing it.
I gotta check out your content.
What's going on with your beard, dog?
Man. That's the one part that hasn't matured yet. I got maybe in
that's a beard. I thought that was a microphone.
Oh, you foul!
Nah.
Oh wow, Bond.
What is that, dog?
Come on, really?
All right.
Wow, I got a 4K camera. Y'all gonna see that now. What?
Oh,
what is that?
Why are you analyzing that man's face?
Yeah, he looked like he got pork chops or mutton chops.
This is what Blandrew is afraid of, because Blandrew is growing his beard right now, and he afraid to get on camera.
Yeah, we work around it. It'll get there. Or I gotta start using that fake shit that they be using.
You gotta suffer, Smooth. I grew my shit out during COVID, so I didn't have to show my face for those years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But definitely been growing his hair for 8 years.
How old am I? How old am I? 20 years ago, I had a shaved head, and I have not had my head shaved since.
Damn.
Yeah, I've had them trimmed a few times, but yeah, I've had dreads since I was like middle teenager. Now in my early 30s, so you guys can do the maths.
Mine are not that long, I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Jack?
What's good, man? What's popping?
Okay. Smooth?
What's up, everybody? It's the best spot. Happy to be here. Happy that the audio is right. So we'll have a Planet Xbox makeup episode soon.
All right. And Bond?
Oh, I'm happy to be back finally. This game right here gets the highest endorsement. Apparently, I talked shit on this game. I never knew. Never knew. But you know what? People can make up their own narratives and everything. What I probably said about it, Jack, was, coming off of 13, 2, and 3, that Square Enix is probably creatively bankrupt, and I'd rather them see it, make a new game instead of but I digress, Let people make up their own narratives.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it.
Yes, sir.
That's all they can do.
Okay. Let's take care of some quick business first. So, doing a giveaway, as part of the $12 Patreon tier. So gonna open up this randomizer. Let me switch to this real quick.
Now, how do you get involved with this giveaway, BG? Can you tell the people?
You can go to our Patreon, and this giveaway is specifically for those that are in our $12 producer tier. Those are also the people you see at the bottom of the screen. I believe that is an updated list that I have down there. It should be.
What is a producer tier?
Just you support the highest tier of Weapon Wheel, so we just want to shout you out pretty much. And we're gonna give you a gift card, either PlayStation, Steam, Xbox, Nintendo, whatever you want. All right, so I think y'all could see it on screen. Yeah, let me move that over a little bit. That's everybody. I'm gonna spin this. Let's see who wins. Winner is Star Barnes. Star Barnes.
Spin again.
No.
Was next about to win?
He was about to. Hit me up in the DMs or on. Well, I'll reach out to you, but you know, you could hit me up to on Patreon or hit me up in the DM so I could figure out what platform you want your gift on. All right, cool. Got
Shout
that
out to
the
Star
way.
Barnes.
Salute.
Thank you for supporting. Let me get this off the screen. All right, that's out the way. Want to start off with a Weapon Wheel trivia question, and I want to correct something from last week. The question that Knick-Knack submitted regarding what all those games had in common that Smooth got right, and Smooth still did get it right, but it was the correction is that guy Lance Reddick is not that he was in every one of those games, but
He was just bald.
An actor from The Wire was in every one of those games.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
so here's the correction. Marlowe from played Emil A239 in Halo Reach. Carcetti played Paul Serene in Quantum Break. Omar played Kimball Graves in Battlefield. Weebay played Stretch in GTA. Cedric Daniels, who that's Lance Reddick character, I believe, played Silence in Horizon. Cuddy played Coach in Left 4 Dead 4. Stringer played Solomon Reed in Cyberpunk. So all of those The Wire actors, all of those The Wire actors got into, you know, voice acting and got good roles. So shout out to them.
That was a good question. That was a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get to this question from Zeke Herman. What's up, WWP? Do y'all think Naughty Dog will continue to add features and make updates to No Return, or just move on to part 3? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on.
Hey. Oh,
Naughty Dog.
I see they got BG to bend over again.
Naughty Dog updating something.
Oh,
come on,
my
man.
God. Now, that was a good one. Now, was that you got a joke tier on there. Okay, BG. Good shit.
Naughty Dog, the most they'll do is release a patch if they need to fix something in the No Return mode. They ain't adding no content.
I can't even guarantee they'll do that.
So, no, you're not gonna get anything. They probably double down. They feel the fire. They feel under pressure. They probably double down on whatever game they're working on right now, and like, yo, we need to get this out to get back in people's good graces, because they stay hating us right now. That's probably what they're doing right now. Okay, so let me get to the new trivia questions. This one's from Knick-Knack. Okay, so he said, let's celebrate Palworld's release with some trivia question based on the Pokemon anime. In episode Kangaskhan Kid? 4 kids edit a scene where a kid from the jungle stares at Misty funny and asks her if she's human or a Pokemon. In the original Japanese version, which of these does he originally say after staring at her? Is it A, can you be my mommy? B, can I touch your breast? C, can I kiss you? Or D, can I suck your breast? This is in the original.
What the fuck?
In the original Japanese version, what did the child say?
It's can I touch your breast?
Yeah, I'm gonna say C.
All of the above.
C is can I kiss you? That's what you're going with?
I'm gonna go with B.
Yeah. I'm gonna say C.
Okay. In the original Japanese version, it was D, can I suck your breast?
Oh, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. What?
They get away with saying some wild shit in them Japanese versions, bro.
Yo, no, that's crazy.
It's nuts.
So he thought she was a Pokemon. He gonna ask a Pokemon that too? Like what? I'm confused.
I guess. I don't know, man.
Hey, man. All right, well, shit. There you go.
All right. Mafia Quad trivia question. In Assassin's Creed 2, what historical event triggers the conflict between the Assassins and the Templars in Florence? Is it A, the Pazzi conspiracy? B, the rise of the Borgias? C, the bonfire and vanities? D, the sacking of Montegiano?
I'm gonna go with the bonfire.
I'm gonna say Pazzi. That sounds familiar.
This is my favorite Assassin's Creed, and I'm not even I don't even remember this.
Smooth, you
Yeah, I
gotta
don't
know,
have
Smooth.
this-
You be
nah, I
playing this
don't-
shit, bro.
Yeah, but
I
not.
don't even play Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna say Patsy though. I'm gonna say
I'm
that
gonna
one.
go with B.
Yeah, I'm going with B.
What was B? What was B?
The Rise of the Borgias.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
See, I feel like, well, I got the answer in front of me, so I just looked at it. Damn. But
What's the
yeah,
answer?
the answer is A, the Potsy conspiracy, because it was I knew it was some type of plot that got his father killed. I think it was that the plot that got it was some type
Now-
of scheme that got his father killed, and then that led to him joining.
Let me ask you a question
Assassins.
about the Potsy shit. Did they mention that in Assassin's Creed 2, that Potsy shit?
I believe so. Yeah.
Because I watched my homie play that whole. I watched him get the platinum in that game. I played it a little bit, but that's the only reason I probably heard of that. But I don't play Assassin's Creed, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. All right. So let me close that. That's covered, and we can get to some actual topics and questions. First thing I want to put out there, I want to make a poll because there was a conversation last night with our brother Tarek and a few others, and it was regarding Bloodborne. And Tarek believes that if PlayStation made made Bloodborne 2, and it did not involve Miyazaki, he believed people would not buy it. And
No,
I disagree with
I
that.
disagree.
People couldn't name you 10. No, the average person couldn't name you 5 game developers.
Miyazaki, didn't he not work on Dark Souls 2? It's one of them games he didn't work on, and people still bought it.
Do y'all think I'm crazy when I said the average person couldn't name 5 game developers?
The average gamer?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. That's what I told him. I don't, bro. I'm not sure I know what Miyazaki looks like. I know him by name and everything he's done, but I have no idea what he looks like. So the average person, even all them 20+ million that bought Elden Ring, they don't know who made that game.
Thanks.
I'm pretty sure Miyazaki didn't work on one of them Dark Souls games, and it's still sold.
2. It was 2, I think.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. So just by that alone, I gotta say I disagree. Even like, nah, man, I disagree with that. I think they would, but
no, it's people. It has a legacy, the name, so people just buy it based off of
the name recognition. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, would it be just as good? I guess you can make that argument, but that's totally different from how people would feel about it. But people would
that's a different
definitely
conversation,
buy it.
though. Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I mean, if they could do it, they hire the people that did Liza P.
They gotta be fired.
That's the closest.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
Souls games are at the point now where you don't need the original person who made the game to make it anymore.
So if they made a new Zelda game and Anuma didn't make it with people, I think people still buy it. Like if they made a new Mortal Kombat and Ed Boon one, I think people would still fucking buy it. Like, yeah, these people synonymous with the franchises, but at the same time, like Smooth said, them games got such a big name recognition. If you see a new game in a franchise coming out, bro, you're not skipping it just because, you know what I mean? Like, nah, man.
Yeah.
The only people that feel that way are Kojima sexuals. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
I mean,
No, you're right.
hey,
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just feel like most people don't know, would not care. The hardcore they would be concerned, but I don't. But even the most hardcore Souls fan, like Blaze, I don't think he's gonna be like, oh no, I'm not buying it, bro, because Miyazaki's not making it. I don't see anybody like a lot of people saying that. So
I don't understand why the game hasn't been made when it sold 7.5 million copies. And I know a Souls game budget is not as high as a regular AAA game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to know. Like, Sony ain't putting no respect on Japanese name right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Speculation that they would want Miyazaki to be on it, but he be like very selective about what games he moves on to. He doesn't like making sequels anymore. He likes doing what he wants. He's kind of like a rock star right now, and he's like very artistically inspired. Not necessarily just want to make sequels to stuff. So
Didn't he say he wanted to make it, or
I thought he said he didn't want to make no more Souls
I thought he said he didn't.
Yeah.
I think he kind of tired. of doing the same old, type
Even
of
still,
game.
I mean, Elden Ring came out after he said this statement too.
Hey
though,
Jack,
so
let me ask you a question, Jack.
What's up?
You ever get tired of making money?
Yeah, absolutely not.
Exactly.
I mean, he
What
know
if you're
what
already
sell
rich?
like.
Again, do you ever get tired of making money?
No.
I don't see rich people not doing rich people things.
They still work. They still work at the end of the day.
But when you get rich, it takes a certain amount of money to get you out of bed.
No, that's true. That's true.
And that would be more people wanting to buy Bloodborne 2 over Bloodborne 1.
Yeah. That's true.
But the problem here's the only thing I can think of why he doesn't want to do it. After Elden Ring, he's not doing an exclusive again.
That makes,
what do you mean?
That has a point.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, because Bloodborne would be exclusive.
Yeah, Bloodborne would be exclusive. After, I'm sorry, anybody can say whatever they want about Elden Ring. It literally went from a 4 million copy game to a 22 million. Nobody saw that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It outsold all the other games combined.
Combined, yes.
Yeah.
So after that, that probably killed any chance of a Bloodborne 2. Because why make it? You're missing out. That game was sounding like gangbusters everywhere. No way.
Hey, launch at PC, day and date. That's what they want, right?
I don't know. We're gonna get into that topic though.
Yeah. Okay.
You hear me plugging right now on my Excel sheet, can't you?
All right. Okay, where are we going? Just get some layoff news out the way. We got our weekly layoff section every damn week.
Are you serious? Did a bald black dude push your buttons to make this?
This is crazy.
No, man, but last week, what was it, 6-7 layoff announcements? This week is only 2, so not so bad. CI Games, that's the developer behind Lord of the Fallen, laying off 10% of its employees. I don't have the actual number, but 10% of their employees. The Dead by Daylight studio, Behavior Interactive, laid off 45 people across their Montreal studio. So more layoffs. Jack,
yeah,
you got to say it.
You just reminded me. Oh, I definitely hope these people land on their feet. It's a shame that just hope that. But somebody left a comment on last week's podcast, and they say Jack Move is always complaining. This whole podcast was just Jack complaining. And I think it had 8 thumbs up. So with that being said, I take all criticism, and I think about it. So in response to that, I'm happy all these people got fired, and I hope they fire more. Great news. There you go. Great news. I'm not gonna complain about it. It's not a bad thing, right? Great news. Fire some more people.
Crazy.
There you go. In case I complain the whole podcast. Fire.
Yeah. Hey man, we need your complaints. I'm definitely gonna complain and hate on some shit today. I got a lot of shit to hate on.
See, now this your week to complain. You've been going at it. So
what you about to hate on? Something you bought for the 5th time?
No, sir.
No, he loved that. He loved that.
I upgraded. I didn't buy anything, for the record.
Damn, that's a new terminology. I upgrade. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
How much you pay for it?
It was $10. It was a $10 upgrade for the new mode. I'm not beating the game over again. I got no desire to. I'll beat that game. I'll beat part 2 over again when it comes to PC. But I have no.
Did you get the
reason
platinum? Did you auto pop the platinum? You could do that.
I didn't even do that because I don't care.
Damn.
I don't care. Put it on PC. That's when I'll rebeat it. But I got no desire to beat it again on consoles. But there's no return mode is good. But we'll get to that.
So, question: Why you got this bad energy towards Naughty Dog? But if Resident Evil 4 remake came out tomorrow, you'd be first in line to suck it off.
Ooh,
I don't got no problem with remakes or remasters. Though. That ain't me. That ain't me. Y'all know I'm down for remakes, remasters, as long as you're still making new games. But I'm not the one to complain.
But who's not making new games?
Yeah. Bulletstorm VR is apparently so broken and disastrous that Sony is offering refunds if you pre-ordered it. Alex had put that in the Weapon Wheel DM, so it's another.
They had to take it off the store. Yeah.
Oh,
it got cyberpunked.
Yeah, because I just read the little headline. They said it was incomplete. And it just wasn't the full. It wasn't what it was supposed to be. It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give, so they had to take it off the store, refund anybody who purchased it, that type of shit.
They shitting on the legacy of Cliffy B, huh?
Apparently, was that only on PSVR 2 or was that on
No,
other?
it's on Quest. Yeah.
Did they have that issue as well, or is it just a PlayStation version?
It has low ratings across all the VR devices. Like I'm looking at it now, like on Steam, it has like a 4 out of 10 across all these different devices and stuff. So apparently it just sucks in general. Yeah. So
hey, Deadly, you fuck with that VR? You got any VR headsets, brother?
I don't, man. No, I don't. I would like to at some point when I jump to PC, but not yet. Not yet. I have. So the last time I played VR was a few years ago. I was really impressed with Superhot. Superhot on VR is so fun. I really enjoyed that.
I played the game. I never played the VR version, but I do like Superhot.
I think in VR, I think it works the same as the 2D version. So like enemies only move when you move, but like you straight up feel like you're in the fucking Matrix, bro. It's unreal. It's so much fun.
Okay. Oh, this news will have Rystar soiling his trousers. So the new Sonic movie, the spinoff featuring Shadow the Hedgehog, is reportedly in the works at Paramount. And the rumor...
hold on, real quick. Should I turn my TV off? I don't want my game to pick up any copyrights on the TV in the back.
No, we can't.
I didn't hear anything.
Can y'all? I'm saying, can y'all see my TV?
No, you good.
Okay. No, I just turned around. I was like, oh shit, I don't want no copyrights.
Yeah.
You good.
And it's rumored that Hayden Christensen is going to be voicing Shadow. I think that's a good casting.
Who is that?
That's Darth Vader. Anakin.
Darth Vader. Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, played Anakin.
Yeah. He's been having a comeback tour, right? Because like people didn't like him as Anakin, you know, at first because they felt like I guess he was too moody and things like that, and that's not his fault. That's what he was like.
Is that what he's supposed to be?
Yeah. But people didn't like his depiction of Anakin. But like now, people like love him. You know, like in any new Star Wars series that he's in now, Ahsoka or any of the new stuff, they love him. They think he's great.
Let's be serious. Unfortunately, Star Wars is a dead property, and their next movie is going to be The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah,
they're just hot shot and thrown to a movie super quick, not establishing him at all.
I mean, he was good in Ahsoka.
But I'm saying, like, a character that old needs way more
fleshing out,
build up.
Yeah,
yeah.
Most people, the average person, isn't going to know who the fuck is this guy.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Bad news. Eddy Gordo, you know, from Tekken. He's going to be a DLC character. Like he's coming in like the first update. He's not like launching with Tekken. That's not the bad news. The bad news is they've given him the Killmonger dreads with the medium skin fade.
Hey man, that's the new. That's that. Look, we all know that's the new.
That's the new African American look. So.
You know what's crazy though? I live in I live in Memphis. It's like predominantly black city. I've never seen anyone in real life with that hairstyle like ever.
I mean, I have my hair faded on the sides, but it's on both sides, not on one side.
Didn't they give Miles Morales that cut?
Yes, bro.
Yes bro. and Sargon from Prince of Persia, who has it also.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So, you know, people have a montage. Yeah, people have a montage of all the black characters that have that exact same haircut now. It's all they know now. It's tragic. If it wasn't like the afro,
it's the new afro of black people, right? You either put afro or braids on somebody. That's it. So this is a new joint. Mm-hmm. They're evolving. Game developers.
Yeah, waves aren't in anymore, Jack.
I know they never had
they never correctly done it, man.
I mean, they didn't even give Norman waves in Spider-Man 2.
I know. You seen that, right? Bro, I think we talked about this before. Have you ever went to the barbershop on GTA 5, bro, and looked at Franklin hair choices, bro? They cutting trapezoids in the man head and constellations. It's like, who the fuck go to the barbershop and get this shit, bro? It's just crazy. Triangles and shit all over. I'm like, nah, man. Y'all bugging.
They are crazy.
That yee ass haircut. You know what you're saying?
Man. Yeah. That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah. So we can officially get it on record. What do y'all think about port begging? We all think it's low life scum shit, right?
Yeah, I think it depends. I really do.
Okay.
If it's a third party game, and the system or the infrastructure, like obviously you're not going to get Final Fantasy VII Remake on the Switch, but yeah, I mean, not everybody are multi-platform system owners like we are. So I could see, like, come on, like you're a kid, you only have a PlayStation, maybe you want Halo, you only have an Xbox, maybe you want, I don't know, Final Fantasy 16, God forbid, but within reason, yes. When you have a $1,500 GPU and you're begging for ports because you're a broke ass thief, that's completely different. And also, let me clarify, broke is a mentality. You could be a billionaire, but if you're stealing Snickers bars from a 7-Eleven, that's broke. You feel what I'm saying right now? Just because you have money doesn't mean you're not broke.
It is a mentality. You're right.
It's a mentality.
Okay. Let me ask you about port begging, BG. So, like, for instance, right, I've been even though I've already beaten this game on PC, I've been wanting a game like Katana Zero to come to PlayStation. It got rated for PlayStation in Taiwan like 3 years ago, and it's still, we haven't seen it, right? So, would you consider that port begging, or am I just asking for a game to come to the platform? I don't really consider that port begging.
You played it already, and you know where it was available. I don't think it's port begging. I'm just bringing it up because it's a conversation now, and it's like it's typically the response has always been buy the console, whatever console it is, buy it. Stop begging for it, stop asking. So I'm just trying to get everybody's take. Deadly port begging. When is it okay?
You got to keep that same energy on both sides, man. Like I'm primarily an Xbox guy. I actually didn't have a PlayStation until last year. And yeah, I would have liked to see something like Spider-Man or The Last of Us come to Xbox. But like that's how it works. That's how it's literally always worked. So some of the energy that we've seen on the other side of the fence with people complaining about Indiana Jones not coming to PlayStation, like that's how it works, man. It's just it sucks for somebody, but for the group of people that get to play it, it's fucking great. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I think things a little bit different. Like I think port begging is annoying, but to like there's like, for example, and I'll just use it as an example, like when it comes to stuff like Final Fantasy and like the Persona series, Yakuza, stuff that really there's no art, it's just not on the platform for not any really reason at all. That can easily go on the platform. That's where, like, okay, like I can understand a want or a protest or a request for this game to be the platform. But if there's nothing holding that game for being on the platform, obviously it took a decade to get Yakuza on Xbox, even more to get Persona on Xbox, and I'm still waiting for the only Persona that I actually really want on Xbox is Persona 5 Strikers. And that one isn't there yet. And then you go into stuff like Final Fantasy, that pretty much just seems not to launch on Xbox for select games. Maybe the B tier, the C tier games go, but not any of like the relevant games go. So I guess I'm mixed on it. Like again, I'm not gonna like. I think if Xbox gamers asking for like Spider-Man and God of War and whatnot. That's odd. Same thing. I feel like how people are saying like, "Oh, can't wait" because of the rumors for like Starfield or Halo or Gears or whatever. Or, Indiana Jones to come on PlayStation. It's like, really, bro? Like, but like you're gonna just wait it out for this rumored 5 or however many years to do it. I think that's ridiculous.
Third-party conversation is crazy because I think. From like purely an Xbox guy's perspective, it's something that is already getting quite boring because that conversation seems to be attached to every single release that we now talk about, especially with all the third-party conversation that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. The first thing that people start asking devs on Twitter now, I can't remember which game it was. I want to say it might have been Indiana Jones. You got someone posted about Blade. I think Bethesda like reposted some marketing material about Blade, and you just see idiots in the comments like, "Oh, so it's coming to PlayStation day one, right?" And like, you don't know that. Nobody knows that because trillion-dollar companies do whatever the fuck they want to. Like,
who are those people on that podcast like, "But I want to play it on PlayStation." PlayStation.
Yeah.
I seen that. I seen that.
Who are those people?
I didn't see that.
I think
that was
run a
an
movie
IGN
podcast.
or some. I forget what.
I
podcast
think
it
it's
was.
a movie podcast. So
Yeah,
don't think
movies.
they sort of prioritize. They primarily focus on gaming. I haven't watched the full show, but that's certainly what I gathered. But you might want to play it on your PlayStation, but like that's how this works. And if you've played on PlayStation, you definitely know how this works because you've seen games not come to other
gaming.
platforms.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like with that type shit right there, bro. I'm never gonna, I never say Nintendo, they own and fucking publish Mario put it on play. I never do that. You see what I'm saying? But like, if it was a game you money had it, maybe like Sony fund a lot of these indie games that be coming out, but they don't stay exclusive. They might be exclusive for a year, if that. You know what I mean? They always end up going everywhere else. So if it's some shit like that, yeah, I can see me saying like a Ori. You know what I mean? Even though Microsoft do own Ori, but I ain't gonna lie, if Ori come to PlayStation, I'm definitely with that, right? I do fuck with Ori. I have already played that too, though. But I don't know. I think it's a game by game, babe. But like that Blade and Indiana Jones shit, nah, man. If you want to play that shit, bro, get a PC, get the Game Pass, get an Xbox. That's it. I don't see why people ask for that.
Yeah, man. I hold that same energy for Kenna. Every time Kenna's account posts, I'm like, where's the Xbox version at? I do that every time.
Bro,
I'm surprised that did never come out to Xbox. I am surprised about that.
They might not even be making another game. I'm surprisingly, because I saw something, because that was their first game. Because they're really like an animation, like advertising marketing studio, and that was their first game, and it was like very successful. But I saw something that said they're not even sure they want to make another game ever. I'm like, so yeah, just doing a one-off, like,
and that joint was fire. I like Kana. That was a good game.
Who does a one-off video game? It was weird. I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah. All right. So cool. We got it clear on the port beggars.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not, because we got the PC broke ass race port begging right now.
Ooh.
What they
begging for, Bon? What they begging for?
They won all. Apparently, they're just swimming in money, paying $1,500 for Steam Decks, all this money. But why doesn't Nintendo put their games on PC?
I saw that.
It's absolutely out of control. BG, I'm about to upload this real quick. I need you to put this on the screen real quick.
You was going at it the other day with that shit, huh?
Oh yeah. Between the clowns that are like supporting Final Fantasy 16, I need you to put this on screen so I can explain simple math to these people. And even before I get math, right? Let's say I'm Apple. Apple's like one of the most successful companies in the world. We can all agree, right?
Yes.
Indeed.
And I make money hand over fist selling my own proprietary software, hardware, products, whatever. Now, I'm a $1 trillion company. I am the most successful company in my arena. You could take Bugattis or any kind of proprietary thing. Why the fuck would I pay somebody else 30% to sell my product? My product is pushing the top 10 games of Nintendo. 57, 43, 32, 31, 27, 26, 23, 20, 2017. Million copies sold. Total revenue, $3.4 billion down to 1 billion copies for the top 10 games. Why would I pay 30% to somebody to sell my own product when my product is selling like gangbusters itself? Does that make any sense?
If we contextualize that if we're talking about Apple, let's talk about Microsoft, because comparatively, they financially they were literally sort of on the same sort of level pegging, right? So if you talk about let's look at how Call of Duty as an IP was treated during the ABK trial. Microsoft paid $70 billion, so if they've paid that much money, they could go in with the expectation that they're not going to put Call of Duty anywhere else, because they know that everything that they sell is coming straight back to them. But they do put it on PlayStation, and they've committed to putting it on PlayStation because it's still going to make them money, and it makes PlayStation money. That right there actually is sort of And this is, again, something else that's really driven me crazy on Twitter this week. You've seen people like misquoting their own videos of Satya Nadella talking about third party and ABK, casually missing out the fact that Satya Nadella talks about ABK in that same quote, and then sort of goes to twist the quote to then you guys might even know who the content creator is, but I'm not going to name him on it.
Yeah.
I think that's a different situation though, because I think Microsoft was also forced into putting it on other platforms, or they weren't going to be able to close the deal.
But they know that they're going to make more money there, because we've seen what the user base is for Call of Duty on PlayStation right now. They're not playing first party games primarily. They are obviously still playing first party games. We've seen how well Spider-Man sold, but Call of Duty is consistently near the top of that chart, if not at the top. So Microsoft going, you know what? Sorry guys, but we're not going to sell Call of Duty there anymore. Like they don't have to pay that 30% or whatever that agreement is, because I don't know those numbers.
70-30 split when you sell a game on Steam.
They're still going to want the income. It's some money is better than no money. Do you know what I mean?
True, but I think it's a different situation, because in Nintendo's situation, their whole audience is on their platform. On Call of Duty's situation, their audience is majority on PlayStation. So they would be removing their audience, as opposed to what Nintendo would be doing, would be like, well, we're going to open the floodgates. And then you involve different problems. Those games go on PC. Nobody buys the hardware anymore. Nobody wants to buy the hardware anymore. That 1.13 billion copies of games sold, well, you lose all the third-party royalties and stuff from that. Not to mention, Nintendo would have a field day with their lawyers, because they do not want people modding their games. So they're not going to open that gate. They're not going to open Pandora's box. People can cry about whatever they want. It's business. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. It is what it is. Nintendo is the market leader. Y'all can say that Sony is. They are not. The market leader is the market. If you were selling to ants and ants had money to buy games, then guess what? You are the market leader. It's about dollars, cents, units sold, hardware sold, games sold. That's what it's always been. But now we're like changing the rules up to subscription service. No. Whoever sells the most hardware and whoever sells the most games, whoever has the most market share is the market leader. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked.
Okay.
But apparently, because Palworld came out, some AI generated GTA Pokemon with guns. Oh, you see? If Nintendo would put their games on PC, we wouldn't steal them. There's been games have always been on PC, and these niggas still steal games. You think if they put legitimate copies on, they would still steal games? Jack, they steal games now because I don't like the patch. I don't like the DRM. I don't like this. I'm stealing it. There's always going to be an excuse for them to steal, lie, cheat, whatever. And then they want to like, you're a corpo. Like, shut up.
Yeah, remember, Jack, we went through that. If you tell somebody to not steal anything, you're a corporate shill. Like, bro, I'm not even supporting the company. I'm just saying stealing is wrong. Like, why I gotta be a shill because of that?
One thing PC gamers hate, they hate being told what to do. So the minute we say, you know what I mean, they putting their games under no power of them. You think you gonna tell me what to do? Let me show you, Betty.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? They act so self-righteous about how they're like the God's gift of consumers and we're trying to make gaming better. Yet they're supporting a game that uses AI assets and art to the ninth. They're like, shut the fuck up. I can't stand these clowns.
Since Bond brings it up, Palworld. So Palworld, it's the latest, hottest thing in these streets.
This shit came out of nowhere, bro. I didn't even know what this was.
Also, deadly for context, I am a primary PC gamer. 95% of my gaming is done on PC, and I can't stand them.
Yeah. It's the new hottest thing in these streets that literally came out of nowhere. And it seems like once a year we get this, right? A game that was on nobody's radar that's kind of made by some developers or publisher that nobody knows about, and it comes out and lights the streets on fire.
Did y'all even know about it? Did y'all even know about the game?
I knew about it. I knew about it 4 days ago. That's the first.
About to say what the
I've never heard of
you been Jorge, what's going on, baby? You been
What's going on? How you come on hating, BG? I thought, at first I thought you was one of the level-headed niggas behind this whole Palworld situation, but you one of the haters too.
I ain't getting no. I ain't even give off no hate yet.
The way you just introduced the game was hating. Like, come on.
I didn't
BG,
even. I didn't get to introduce it. I said it was setting the streets on fire. Okay, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock the last few days, Palworld is an action-adventure survival game by a Japanese developer called Pocket Pair. The game is an open-world populated with animal-like creatures known as pals, like Pokemon. The player can battle and capture these pals in order to use them for base building, traversal, and combat. This game kind of takes like the monster capture
Monster Hunter,
shit.
Fortnite, Roblox,
but they take it to slavery levels. Like it's kind of like, yo, I seen people you literally use these monsters for free labor. I'm like,
yeah, I said that in the chat. Hardhead said I was hating on it. I said I don't play Pokemon. I don't play Monster Rancher. I don't play Dragon Quest Monsters. I don't play slave simulators. I said that earlier today. I do not.
They're not all slave simulators. That's not what BG just said. He said this game specifically is borderline a slave simulator.
I mean, you're shooting these, especially in this one. You're shooting them, you're beating them to death, and capturing them and making them work for you.
Jesus.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying.
I mean, they fight back too. Like, I don't see how that's slavery. They fight back. They get paid in experience. Like, come on, man.
You beat them into submission.
Imagine white people saying that back in the day. Oh, how are these slaves? Y'all get paid in experience.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
But
hey, man, they get to level up. They get to have adventures. They living a life, dog. They get fed. They get fed and everything.
You sound nuts. But just for context, so it sold 8 million it sold 1 million in 8 hours, 2 million in 24 hours, 3 million in 40 hours. I'm not sure what it's up to now, but it hit 1.2 million concurrent players just like yesterday. And it's right now.
Record, right? No, it's PUBG still has that.
PUBG still holds it.
Okay.
Yeah, PUBG still holds the record with like 3.6 million concurrent or something like that. And it's the most popular game on Steam in the world right now. So I think Hardhead, you're the only one that's played it. So let us know your thoughts.
That's first the thing that surprised me. I didn't know all y'all was just gonna hate on it.
I never heard of it until yesterday. Literally.
I mean, to be fair, you couldn't even buy it until it came out. Most of us have heard of it because they had a trailer come out at one of the shows. I don't even remember what fucking show it was. I think it was a
Xbox showcase.
It was an Xbox showcase. Okay, and yeah, all we saw was Pokemon with guns, and everybody was like, "Yep, that's all I need. I'm sold." And when the game finally came out, we didn't even know the price of the game until 3 hours before it came out for the first part. But it came out as $26, and it's everything niggas wanted from an open world Pokemon game. On top of it being, the generic PC survivor game in the background. So you still got all your base building and, the shit y'all saw where you got a farm and you could breed them and all that kind of shit. And they doing all the work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, when you said the whole slave thing, I honestly thought you was going to say something else. Because another interesting caveat about the game is you can catch human beings, too.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Oh, time out.
I got about 4 of them in my camp.
Wait, not other players though, just NPCs.
Are they white?
Human NPCs with guns. Most of them are white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you put them to work.
I don't think I've ran. Yeah, I put them to work. They don't
know
do
what
much.
next month is. You know what next month is, Hardhead. Let's come on now.
Hey man. That's gonna be my February 1st tweet, dog. You're gonna see a full camp about 30 niggas working, no Pokemon.
Damn.
Hell no.
Hey, but man, it's a good game. Like I said, it's not much to explain about what it is. If any of y'all played Pokemon Legends Arceus, specifically, that game. I know a lot of people call it a Pokemon clone, but specifically that game, it's literally just that with survival elements.
Now, Harry, let me ask you a question, bro. Because I'm seeing what the game is doing, number wise. And I put out a tweet, So a couple people got angry at it, but I was saying that I feel like the success of this game is more indicative on the fact that people just starving for an online multiplayer experience. at this current moment, man. So do you think I'm kind of off base with that? You think this game really is really that? Like this is really.
No, I think you're right, and it's the other thing at the same time, because I do think it's one of them games that's managed to come out in that little window where we waiting for the games we really want to come out. In a week from now, and early February, that's when a lot of the games, pretty much everybody in here looking forward to, start to come out. But right now, none of those games are out. We either playing some shit that we already had, trying to beat some old games. And Palworld just happened to come out at this time, and it came out at the perfect time for it. But you didn't say as much as some people saying. A lot of people on the timeline just fucking hating. Most of them, I seen this tweet regurgitated over the past 3 days. This game gonna be dead in a month or in a week, and
you just that's another one. So people are saying that if you like Palworld, there's no reason you should not like a game like Foamstars. They was like,
that's very different. They
they say you liking this bullshit, but then you hating on Foamstars. It don't make no sense to me.
It's a reach.
So
that's ridiculous. I mean, I guess they trying to say that if you like one Nintendo clone, you're supposed to like the other one. I don't know.
That's what they getting at. That's
ridiculous. That's a straw man ass argument. Some reaching ass shit.
For me, the only reason I won't play Palworld is because I hate games with the whole like gather supplies and build a base thing. I hate base management and chopping down trees and foraging for food. Oh God, I hate that shit. I won't play any game that has that. But when I saw the trailer for this game, like I said 4 days ago, and I watched like 2 minutes of it, and I seen a dude chopping down a tree, and I was like, this is going to be a hit on PC. This shit going to be...
Yeah, I seen that tweet.
Because one thing PC dudes like, right, is that just survival game where you can forage, craft, build stuff. PC, that just goes crazy on PC. Especially if it's just some no-name developer that came out. Like there was a game, what was it, Valheim? Valheim was kind of like the same thing. It's literally a game where you start off with nothing, you start gathering supplies, went crazy on PC. Like that's the PC bag. They love that shit, bro. So I already knew this was gonna be.
Valheim was also one of them COVID type games. So it came out at a convenient time too.
Yeah. So
is this game even selling on Xbox, or is this all being pushed on PC?
It's on Game Pass.
It's a Game Pass game. It's a Game Pass.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass and early access.
Oh yeah, and Smooth, you had an interesting point about this game as well on the timeline. What did you say, good brother?
No, like the issue I had is that there's a lot of people, Xbox people, are pushing the game's success on Steam against PlayStation users. Like they're comparing its success compared to some PlayStation games, and I don't understand the concept only because I don't understand how it coincides. It's not a first-party Xbox game. It's just temporarily not on PlayStation because it's in game preview and it's blowing up on Steam, but it doesn't say that it's blowing up on Xbox. And the crazy thing is the version that's on Xbox and PC Game Pass is a different version than the one that's on Steam. Like it's an older build, so there's some features that's like the Xbox version doesn't have access to, but people are like pretty much going, I guess, using FOMO and like, well, it's not on PlayStation, and translating Steam success to it being available on Xbox to a degree, and it doesn't make sense. The reason why I hate that is because PlayStation users were doing the same shit with Baldur's Gate 3 a few months back, and I'm like, bruh, like, yeah, it's popular on Steam. It's launching on PlayStation, but I was like, in a few months, this shit's gonna be irrelevant when it launches on Xbox. Then what are you gonna do? Like, yeah, it's gonna win Game of the Year, but it's like I don't understand why are you using this game as some sort of token against the other platform holder, as if you're missing out. If they want to, they can go and play this shit on PC. But the game to me ain't that big of a deal, man. I'm convinced this game was built in a matter of like 17 weeks. Like I'm almost certain. The game is, like I said, it's popular. I guess it's the reverse Baldur's Gate 3 effect. It's popular on Steam. It's associated with Xbox because it's on Game Pass. But Xbox has nothing to do really with this game outside of it being available on Game Pass.
So a few things about what you just said, Smooth. So one, I know you don't like naming names, but I'll name names. I have no affiliation with Weapon Wheel, but the Nib nigga is one of the niggas that's doing what Smooth just said. He's basically...
You said Nib?
The Nib, the person who exposes Unity for having a fake Rolex.
You talking about Nib on, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the people doing that. He's doing a thing where he's taking the Steam numbers and the concurrent player numbers and trying to imply how many people are playing on Xbox, with even though they haven't released any Xbox numbers. And another thing you said about the old version, that's an issue that's been going on for a very long time, especially with PC Game Pass games, because they use the UWP shit. So a couple examples. The first time I saw it was when Control launched on Game Pass. When Control launched on Game Pass, it was a pre-release build that had DLSS 1.0 in it. Even though when the game released on PC, it had DLSS 2. This was one of the games that promoted DLSS 2. Another one was Death Stranding. Death Stranding did the same shit. It came out on PC Game Pass, and it was an old build of the game. And the newest one I saw was Remnant 2. Remnant 2 also has a DLSS issue and performance issues that they had resolved a week after the game launched.
Well, I want to give Xbox credit for, because whoever is in charge of scouting out upcoming games to put them into Game Pass, give them credit. They picked a good one. They have nothing to do with the development. But if you scouted this and said it yo, this might have some potential, bro, you get credit for that. Well, right? Because that is somebody's job.
It's an exclusive by default because PlayStation doesn't have a game preview.
Yeah, they don't allow it at all.
Yeah, they have a early access program, but I don't think they really open about it as Xbox and Steam are.
Yeah, so because it is somebody's job to scout out and find games to put in Game Pass. So credit to them for seeing potential in this. But I would play it, like I said, if it didn't have all those survival. If it was just played like Pokemon and not the survival aspects, I would definitely play it because I played Temtem and stuff like that.
You can't play it that way. You can't play it that way. You can you can half-ass the whole camp shit if you wanted to, and still get a lot out of the game.
Yeah, I guess.
You could just spend all your time exploring and shit and stealing other niggas' Pokeballs and stuff like that.
And I think. Go ahead, Smooth. You can go first.
Just to piggyback onto what BG said, and I'll throw it back on this game because you said whoever scouts talent. Question: is Party Animals on PlayStation?
Not to my knowledge.
I don't know.
The only reason why I asked that because that's another one of those type PC-esque games that built for online. That's also in Game Pass. Like I said, if that blew up the way Palworld did, they probably would have.
It's not.
Better time, but it's not all right. So
it's not. And listen, I think most likely, I think PlayStation and to an extent Xbox, maybe not so much since it's actually like I said, it's in Game Pass, it's on Xbox. They've got to look at success like this and be seething, right? Because this is one of those situations where some no-name developer. I don't know how much resources they have, how much money and employees they have. But as far as I know, some no-name developer literally just not even comes up with a concept. They put together different concepts from an already popular game like Pokemon, and they throw in some other elements from other games and make it this amalgamation, right? And it's the hottest thing on the internet. And this is what
gaming.
But this is what PlayStation wants. They want we want some probably cheap to make live service game that takes off and is the most popular thing. They work and they probably working they ass off to make one, doing everything in their power to figure out how do we get one of these? And some no-name.
They had a pretty good one planned.
Yeah, and some no-name.
They had a pretty good one.
They did, and it's gone. And some no-name developer probably just makes a game, probably fooling around. Oh, here it is by accident. Here's some absolutely unoriginal, game, and it's the most popular thing ever. You don't think they mad over there? They're mad, bro. We trying, and we can't do this.
I feel like game development like comedy, right? Like when people force shit, it's not funny. You see what I'm saying? So it's just got to come natural, bro. Like this shit. It just came out of nowhere. It was a natural situation. And look at this. PUBG, same shit. But when you try and you try too hard, when you're too ambitious, you don't get anything.
It's somebody's job to decide what game looks like it's worth backing and which ones aren't. And whoever's job that is at PlayStation and especially Xbox, they are bad at their job.
There's no curation, bro. That's all.
Yeah,
Well, didn't Sony and Sega passed on a Pokemon originally? Wasn't
really?
the third choice?
Yeah, Nintendo used to be. I mean, PlayStation used to be a lot worse too.
I did not know that.
And PlayStation has stumbled upon a lot, some W's, like Rocket League was one of those things they bet on, and put it in PlayStation Plus, and it became one of the most popular things ever. So they've done it in the past, and was Fall Guys also? I think that was exclusive at first.
Yeah, Fall Guys, that was one of them games that came out at a convenient time and just kind of fell off afterwards.
Yeah, so they've stumbled upon these things, but they want one of those.
Fall Guys definitely had his moment.
They want one of those like that they make. A lot of these games just be like, we were fooling around. Okay, here's the game, hottest thing on the planet. Like it be like, and I also think this kind of points to people act like, oh, ambition and innovation is everything. This game is the last thing this game is innovative. It's not.
Yeah.
There's nothing innovative, and that's not
on some Pokemon.
That's not hating on it, but I say all the time, innovation is overrated. People don't want innovation like that in their games. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to make the greatest game or the most successful game. I think you just gotta honestly copy what the other games do well and just do it just as good or better and add a little bit of your own thing to it. Yeah, like
definitely.
I mean, that's how we end up in the loops we end up in, like how the Battle Royale fad went on for so long.
Yeah.
Do you think that this might light a fire underneath Pokemon's developers to actually be more creative and adventurous with their games? Because they've been churning out pretty much the same game for the last 10 years.
You know why I'm gonna say no? Because you are right about that, but on the same, you know what I mean? Every time they release a game, people say, this game runs poorly, it needs patching, they need to switch
it
up.
Sounds like crazy anyway.
It still says like, oh, it's still the best-selling game this year. You know what I'm saying? So like, they don't got no reason to, if we being honest. Like,
yeah, nobody really stands on none of the shit that they claim that they want or feel.
Exactly. I was saying to my partner earlier today, she used to be a big Pokemon fan, still plays Pokemon, but she's still absolutely obsessed with Tears of the Kingdom at the moment. And like, if you see the success that Palworld has had, I really, really want the Pokemon developers to go, we need to step our game up. Let's work together with the guys who made Tears of the Kingdom and make something that's actually fucking good. I really, really want them to do that.
They're
won't,
because even
not going to do that.
Even Temtem had some relative success, and they ignored Temtem.
Yeah,
they just pretend Temtem never happened.
Yeah, and
Pokemon's never going to be a big budget or high budget game. It's literally there just to push product, cartoons, plushies, cards.
But you've seen how crazy that shit can go when it's done with more effort. We've seen that with Palworld this week. Like,
yeah, but I'm looking at the numbers right now. Like the last two Pokemon, 26 million, 23 million.
That's the point.
They're doing the bare minimum. They don't gotta do it.
Exactly. Exactly. That's just sad though. Like from a
they're not
standpoint, it's disappointing.
Does this have like gyms and badges and stuff?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just got biomes. I don't know. They have like settlements and shit. So it's possible they have like something else we haven't seen yet. But the map's huge. It's like the same size as Valheim. So most of the people you see playing the game is still in the starting area.
Yeah.
I've explored a little bit with somebody in the WWP Discord, and we've seen some parts of the map, but it's mostly just biomes and Pokemon. Another thing I forgot to reply to what Smooth was saying. Yoshi P has seen the game and apparently is trying to get it on PlayStation. So people who looking for it on PlayStation.
Hey man, Shuhei up, man. That dude's a piece of work, bro. It's so many games.
I meant to say Shuhei Yoshida.
It's so many games this man has not brought to the platform. We be asking him on Twitter. You ask when this game comes. I wish I knew. Motherfucker, that's your job to know. But all of a sudden, since this game popping, I guess
Yeah.
That go back to what I was saying. It's somebody's job to look at these games and know what's worth bringing over there, and they bad at their job.
Also, in regards to Pokemon, y'all got to realize that Game Freak and the Pokemon Company are separate entities to Nintendo.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Game Freak gotta go, man.
Like they pretty much they particular partnership or a joint venture or something, but I don't think you can really. I'd have to read up on it. I can't speak on something I really don't know entirely about. If anybody in the chat knows, feel free.
Yeah.
So I mean, if any of y'all watching plan on playing the game, if you have a capable PC, all I will say is try it out on Game Pass first, but understand that the Game Pass version is not only gimped, it doesn't work well, especially if you're trying to play on controller. So try it on Game Pass first. If you like it, it's only $26 fucking dollars. If you ain't got $26 to spend on a game you might want to play, you might be in the wrong hobby. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you another question, Harriet. You've been playing this game. Do you feel that this is just a flash in the pan? This is fad right now. In a month or so, it might be fucking dead. Or do you think this game has legs and it's gonna continue to?
So look, let me put it to you like this. On one hand, obviously the game's gonna have a point where it starts to finally fall off. Maybe that's a month from now. Maybe that's 2 months. Who knows? But in my opinion, it doesn't fucking matter. They already sold 3 million copies. Anybody who's still saying that is just hating at this point, because they already did what they needed to do. So even if it falls off, they gonna have a fan base, and they gonna still be able to support the game.
Yeah. I was asking more towards like the player base. Do you think the player base gonna stay healthy? Going forward.
It depends on what you consider healthy. I think it's gonna stay healthier than fucking Temtem is right now. So
yeah,
it's gonna stay healthy enough for them to keep supporting it.
All right.
Yeah, like I had 80 hours in Temtem, right? And I really enjoyed it when it had came out. The problem with Temtem for me, I don't even know what the status of it is right now. Is like it was like Pokemon, but it was incomplete. So like the first time, the first when it launched, it was like, okay, it goes up to like 3 gyms, right? And a certain amount of Pokemon and areas you can go to. Okay, I did that. Now I literally had to wait, I don't know, 5 months for them to release more content. And then I came back after the 5 months, did everything that they added. Gotta wait another 5 months. And then after that, I'm like, all right, bro, I'm not like coming back. So they couldn't keep ahead of the content. That was their issue. But this game probably won't have that issue, because like you said, it's not really about like a campaign or a story and getting badges and that type of progression. It's just like doing whatever you want in the open world. So it won't have that issue.
Real quick, I just wanted to answer a question. Apparently somebody asked me, how did you interact with the actual Pokemon in the world? I kind of explained it a little bit. It's still basically like Pokemon Legends Arceus. So for anybody who didn't play that game, it's an open world game to where you throw out your Pokemon and you don't have to do turn-based battles. They do all the fighting on their own. So you can also fight alongside them, with either melee weapons or guns. The guns take a very long time to get. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the guns in the game. But you can also get Pokemon that have skills. I'm not calling them pals. I'm just going to call them Pokemon just to make it clear for everybody. But you can also get Pokemon with specific skills to where you can do certain things, such as there's some of them that turn into flamethrowers. There's one that turns into a rocket launcher. Some of the skills let you ride them as like ride Pokemon. You can fly with them, obviously, shit like that. Surf them. Trying to think of what else. There's a grenade launcher one. Some of them they can just fight alongside you while you have another Pokemon out. So it's 2 Pokemon and you fighting at the same time. And some of them have skills specific to the camp shit. So for instance, there's a cat that pretty much runs around the camp helping everybody with everything. He helps the breeding people breed. He helps the sheep make money for some reason. I don't know why he does that, but there's different skills for all the different Pokemons to help you do different things around the game. So they help you not only with the actual hunting and shit like that, or catching, or your stamina, or how much weight you can hold when you loot and stuff. But they also help with, the shit you do in the camp.
All right, cool. We'll keep an eye on it, see how
I had a question.
popular it stays.
Does Nintendo have a case for a lawsuit?
Oh
yeah, the
I
AI
almost
stuff.
forgot to
Yeah, the
address
game
that.
is being accused of using AI, which people claim they don't like, but yeah.
So yeah,
and plagiarism.
The developer has a history of making games. The last game was a game called Craftopia, which was clearly inspired by Breath of the Wild, but it was to the point where they looked into the developer and they found out that they do use AI in making a lot of their games. So when you look at the designs of some of the Pokemon in there, I'm gonna be honest with you, they clearly stole that shit. Like that shit was a Pokemon. They gave that nigga a picture and told him make a pal out of that motherfucker. And the AI made the same Pokemon slightly different. That shit is clear as day. You know,
the difference in some of these Pokemon is them standing, instead of standing on all fours, they're standing on 2 feet like that. Like they stand.
Oh, they definitely.
Bro, some of them be the same color, but it's not just that. It's also some people claiming that there's fan art of Pokemon that's being used to make some of the pals in the game. So yeah, it's a lot going on with that AI shit. I do think Nintendo has enough to get a court case, but I don't think they have enough to win a court case. I say that.
Yeah, this Nintendo, man.
Here's the thing, though. They don't have to win. They just bleed their ass dry.
They could do that.
That's also true.
Yeah,
that
court litigation. Yeah, they could have you in litigation and court cases for.
Hey, you know, Nintendo got the money. Yeah, Nintendo got the money to. They gonna see it out.
Yeah.
But I promise you, if you seen some of them in the game and you have like a knowledge of Pokemon, it's like I'm just walking around. I'm like, oh shit, that's Lucario. Like you gonna know they definitely plagiarized some shit.
Yeah,
no doubt.
That's crazy.
Okay.
But I do think if it does get a case, though, it would be interesting to see where it goes, because a court case behind a game like this would basically set up AI laws for going forward in the future.
Yeah,
that's true.
All right, I want to get to the Xbox Developer Direct now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be back when you touch on Foamstars, brother, because I can't let y'all disrespect that game either.
We will be disrespecting it. Oh, we will be. So yeah, it'll probably be after this.
Well, shit, I'll just wait.
So Xbox Developer Direct happened. They showed off 5 games: Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Hellblade 2, Avowed, Ara History Untold, and Visions of Mana. Mana. I don't know why I said Mana. So I'm gonna go to. I guess. I don't know where to start.
You can go in order.
What are y'all? What's score? I want to get scores off top. Just
I mean, you are right.
Start with our guest.
It is Mana, BG.
I thought it was a strong show. I haven't really thought about like scoring it per se, but I'd give it good marks. I think I don't want to fall in the trap of sort of comparing it to like a showcase, for example, because let's be honest, if the kind of stuff that we saw at the Game Awards was at an Xbox showcase, we'd be listing that pretty highly. But as a developer direct, where you have obviously you've got that interesting window into some behind the scenes footage for what it's like developing some of the games, where the developers have really got those talking points that they want to bring home to players to understand, to better understand the kind of experience that they can expect. I thought the show was pretty well put together. I thought it was paced very well. Every game sort of got like an appropriate amount of time. I thought it was pretty strong. Just overall, good show.
Yeah, I know it's called Developer Direct, but I still want them to do less talking. I still just want to
stop it, BG. I saw your live stream reaction. I'm like, you really asking why there's commentary?
They're talking too much.
Why are the devs talking?
They're talking too much.
I mean, that's the differentiation between Nintendo Direct and the State of Play. They all have to have their unique selling point. Like, and theirs is more developer involved. I was just surprised that that was a complaint of yours.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from y'all. I don't want to hear from no developer. Like hardly ever. Put out a separate video, for a dev diary. I'm completely fine with those. But like the showcases, I don't want to hear nothing from y'all. I really don't. But okay, let's get into the games. They started off with Avowed. Obsidian, fall 2024. fire box art. Very,
Did you see
credit to whoever.
people was hating on that box art? They said that was AI generated.
I don't think AI that looked too good for AI to come up with. In my honestly,
Well, AI pretty good though, man. I mean, I don't care if it is or not, but that box art is fire though. It's definitely fire.
I feel like AI art is like very distinguishable.
So you talking about but there's like you talking about like them default programs you can find. There's AI programs like there's been people that won like major art competitions with like some of them AI programs can get crazy, but
that's true.
Regardless of AI, I think this should look.
If AI did make it, shout out to AI. I don't care either way. It was fire. I'm gonna let y'all go first on thoughts on Avowed. Smooth.
Okay, Avowed. I thought Avowed looked really good, and I'm in a minority about how the game currently looks versus the CGI. A lot of people would like to big up the CGI, like, oh my god, it doesn't look as good as CGI. CGI was what, maybe 7 seconds, and the most you saw was an arm and a sword. But everything else was just not indicative of what you were just going to get in the game anyway. And it was very dark. And it was very dark because most of the trailer took place in a cave. But beyond that, as far as graphically, I think the game looks good. I like that they chose to go with like a vibrant, bright colors, and they mix the colors very well. There's a lot of detail in the game that I think people are overlooking, and that they're pushing through that like colorful look that they're going for. The only thing I've didn't really like about, but I'm more so giving it a pass because I still think they're fairly early on, is that what they were demoing of the combat looked sort of like the AI didn't seem very responsive. They kind of just all felt like a log when things happened. But outside of that, I wasn't really feeling that. I didn't mind the whole the tease of the story and the dialogue. A lot of people were poking fun about how people sound, but when you get like those type of RPGs where it's like kind of like just generated, like you're gonna get all sorts of crazy voices and stuff like that unless they're like a main character, right? So stuff like that I don't mind. We've been playing RPGs like that for years. It's never been a complaint. I'm not sure why it's a complaint today. But to me, Obsidian, they make those type of games that I can enjoy, an RPG that does end. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of big RPGs that you have to sink so many hours into. Their games are very wide, and it can be done in about 40 hours. And I think that if it's anything like Outer Worlds, and I don't want to compare it directly, but how I look at Avowed is whatever Outer Worlds was to Fallout, I think that's what Avowed is going to be to Elder Scrolls. And if that's the case, that's perfect because I was a Fallout fan, but I love the Outer Worlds. I'm not the biggest Elder Scrolls fan, but that means I probably will like Avowed a lot because it's probably something I can dive into.
Okay.
I'm in the same boat, and I actually think it's a really healthy expectation to set because I mean we've seen what happens when expectations are built way higher than they should be because it then turns out that they're really difficult to meet when games actually launch. So I think avoiding that comparison of Avowed versus Skyrim is I think it's a healthy thing to do in this space because you can very quickly skew expectations. I'm with you on how the Outer Worlds felt in terms of scope and scale. It was quite tight compared to something like Fallout or Starfield. So I'm expecting something similar from Avowed. I really like the art style from Avowed, and I think there's a lot of use of like texture and color going on that really sort of stands out for me visually. The animation in combat felt a little bit stilted, and I think that might be why maybe it sort of needs a little bit more time in the oven. I'm not sure, but yeah, that was sort of the only thing that stood out to me. Some of the movement kind of just felt like a little bit wooden, but I really like the combat system that they've set up and the different combat styles that you can switch on the fly. Like the one twerk looks really interesting. There's a really cool clip where you see like a wand is used to freeze an enemy, and then like a sword is jammed into the enemy to then shatter it afterwards. Like being able to combine different combat styles like that is really cool.
Jack, any thoughts?
Not really my type of game. I do want to bring up what you two fine gentlemen. I've been seeing some complaints on the timeline, a sentiment going on, right? I don't necessarily agree or disagree with anything that was being said. People are saying the game felt like it had a tonal shift from when they originally showed it, and they saying they've kitted it down. Then it comes out that the game is rated like E for everyone, right? I believe it's rated E for everyone. I guess people were assuming it was going to have a grittier tone, an M rating possibly. So what do y'all say in response to that? Do you see a tonal shift from when they originally announced it to now? Or do you think people are just on some bullshit right now?
Is Avowed rated E?
Yes.
I haven't
It doesn't have a rating yet. It doesn't have a rating yet. It has a recommended rating on Xbox saying that they're pending like a teen rating.
Oh, teen. Okay.
It's got combat in it. It's not going to be rated.
But it's not finalized. Remember, we've seen ratings changes prior to release because it has to go through its review, its ratings review.
Yeah. But so what did I see? It said okay. So I might have meant teen then. Okay. So what
Actually,
do you
let me
think about
pull
this
it
one?
up on a store.
What do you think about this one?
The thing is, I'm against everybody with the whole tone and like whatever they call it. Some people are calling it a downgrade. In my opinion, is like the CGI of all the games we saw in 2020 meant nothing to me. It's just confirmations of a new game. That's all. Same with State of Decay. You think State of Decay 3 is gonna look like that? No. Like Avowed literally shows you burning arrows and a hand gesture inside of a dark cave. Like I don't understand. And then what I so far of the two gameplay trailers that I got of Avowed, I'm looking more forward to Avowed based off that versus what I got in that trailer, that toned down. My thing is, why did they think it would, like, what tone did they think they were gonna get?
If we being fair, the cover art is a fucking skeleton with fucking like some overgrowth coming out that motherfucker. So maybe it's not. Maybe they didn't change the tone. Maybe it's just for that showing that's what they showed, and then you know what I mean. Like I don't know personally. I don't fucking know.
I think people right now is that time of year. You know, Xbox got games. And people got
Oh, here we go.
They got games and people got to hate. There's literally, bro. Immediately after the show, that direct, I'm looking at Twitter. Everybody's literally criticizing every single game for every single reason. I was like, so nothing just looks good to you guys. Like, what the hell do y'all want? Like, no, we don't want a new game. We want Skyrim. We don't want whatever you're doing, Indiana Jones. We want Uncharted. We don't want freaking Hellblade 2. We want Hellblade to be a $70, 70-hour experience. It's like, what the like, come on.
Well,
like, we can't have
here's
nothing.
the problem with that, Smooth. What people want is what sells, and Xbox ain't selling.
Oh shit! Here we go.
And look, I'll say this about Avowed: I couldn't tell you it's a good game or a bad game because Obsidian, Bethesda, like those kind of developers, they just don't appeal to me. I've never beaten an Elder Scrolls game. I've never played an Elder Scroll game. I've never wanted to play a Fallout game. Like, you know me. Look at my shelf. There's a whole bunch of Japanese RPGs up here. Outside of like Mass Effect and The Witcher, like I really just don't delve too much into Western RPGs. Just me, just my taste. As far as Indiana Jones goes, I mean, I'm glad that the tech looks up to snuff and we're not getting like some kiddie version. I wish it was third person, but you know what? We'll see how it is, and if it's good, I'll play it.
Yeah, just to finish off on Avowed. So I personally don't think it looks particularly great, what was shown. This is a game I look forward to, and I'm pretty sure I'm still going to buy day one. But I think the first trailer from last year, or whenever it was, I felt that trailer looked better, and that was a better trailer. I just felt like the game looked kind of like stiff and static, and you know, it looked kind of. And I'm not only talking about visuals, I'm just talking about the way it seemed to play. It seemed very like kind of AA and outdated. It felt like it could have been a mod of something, like almost like a Skyrim mod or a Skyrim spin-off type thing. The animations to me just didn't look great. The sound, the audio design. Like, I'm not even trolling. Like, there's a part of that trailer where and audio design, like when it comes to like stuff like counters and things like that, like is important to me. Like there's a part of that trailer where I think they were talking about counters, and the enemy attacked the shield, the metal shield, with a sword, and it sounded like a butter knife hitting a plate. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like I'm not even trolling. You can go listen to it. It didn't sound great.
Maybe that's a placeholder. Maybe that's a placeholder. Joe.
Could be. You know, y'all mentioned the voice acting. There was one particular part with the voice acting. It's like, oh, he's in Yong Ye territory. You know, so
God.
That
not Yong Ye.
That wasn't
Don't
great.
get me started, BG.
I'm just, you know,
I mean, I
know
changed
you hate
the
the
name
guy.
from Yong Ye to Yong No.
There you go. There you go.
Just to give a quick update to Jack movie before you complete it, I just went to the store and the rating pending actually updated to rating pending likely mature 17+. That's what it currently says right now.
Obsidian is making the game, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not making an E game. Like I would be surprised if they were making a game that was rated teen.
I think what it was is that on the trailer, I think the trailer that they just showed was rated E or some shit like that. So that's why people is thinking the game is gonna be rated E.
Damn, you got to rate a trailer now?
I guess so. I guess so.
And the gameplay, you know, like just the attacks, like I like power behind it, and a lot of the spells and like the attacks just didn't feel like they had a lot of impact behind them, and you know that stuff is, you know, like I said, just important to me. And like with the animations, like when they were killing a lot of those enemies, they would literally just fall out, like just go limp.
Go limp.
Literally just fall out and go limp. Pause. But you know, like listen, it maybe it's an older build. I mean, it's supposed to be coming out this year. It's something I would still buy, but you know, like listen, I just expect certain things, especially because I like Obsidian games. Like I really liked whatchamacallit, Outer Worlds. I loved Outer Worlds, and like, you know, they did South Park and like stuff like Alpha Protocol and stuff like that. So
That's like
I didn't even see what was happening behind me. Y'all saw it.
Callie, hey, get back up there, Callie. You ain't no punk going up there. Yes, sir.
But so yeah, I'm a fan of their stuff, but this one particularly looks like it needs more time to be worked on, man. That's just my thoughts.
I mean, when it comes out, we have nothing to worry about. It's gonna hit. It's gonna come out late, probably October, November.
Metacritic prediction.
I'm not. I can give a Metacritic prediction. This is
But I get your sheet ready, Bond.
And 87.
Smooth one, 87. I'll take the under. I'll take under 87. We down, Smooth?
I'd say mid-80s. I think that's fair.
First bet of the new year.
Yeah, this is definitely somewhere in the. Yeah, this is 87. I'm going with 87.
I'm taking the under. January 21st. Here we go.
And
there you go. First bet of the year, man.
My other thing is like, I'm not saying everything has to be cutting edge visuals, but I want some of Microsoft's money. I want to see it in their games. Like these studios didn't get acquired. I think when you get acquired, you're supposed to like see a jump after that. Like
yeah,
I'll be
I'll
be damned if Housemarque's next game looks and plays like Returnal. Like not that Returnal was bad, but it should be a jump. I should see a jump after Returnal because you got acquired. So there should be a significant leap in just how the game looks, how it plays, all of that. That's my expectation when you get acquired. So, but
is that just me or
what?
Bro, is it crashing? Is that just me?
Yeah, no, BG was lagging. There was like a.
Oh, was it? I wasn't even looking.
Am I good? Y'all hear me?
What's going on?
I think Discord damn near crashed.
What's going on? Broken.
Yeah, you good
check.
now?
I'm okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
I don't know what the hell happened. But so yeah, sometimes I have been told Discord just freaking crashes or falls apart. All right. Next game was Hellblade, I think.
Hold up real quick, because I just opened up my betting thing. Did Blanchard and Smooth had a bet for $20? Did that get paid out?
Yeah, they settled that.
Okay.
Okay. Hellblade. Here's my only. I'm a fan of Hellblade. You know, I bought it right when it came out, beat it in a few days, so I'm a fan. My only thing with these, I just feel like all the trailers for it have not been good trailers. Hellblade is going to be a great game, but I think the trailers are bad. They aren't doing the game any justice by demonstrating it in this light. I feel like they aren't really, anybody who wasn't necessarily like interested in Hellblade, I don't think they're doing a great job of like convincing them to get into it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the trailers aren't great, but you know, obviously this is Ninja Theory. It's coming out May 21st. It has a release date, Xbox, PC, Game Pass. It's only going to be $50 if you buy it outside of Game Pass, which is similar to you know, the original. It wasn't full price.
It's digital only too.
Digital only, which some people are upset about. I think y'all need to get over that. Yeah, y'all gonna be okay. And reportedly, it's gonna be like about the same length as the first one, and the first one was like 8 to 10 hours, depending on how much time, how long you got stuck on those visual puzzles. But that's the time.
People are
time
also
length.
upset about that. People are also upset about that.
Yeah. So my issue has just been how the game has been showcased. I think it hasn't been showcased properly. And once again, the whole acquisition thing, when you get acquired, I just expect a jump, and we'll see when the game comes out. But it being length is not an issue for me. But the fact, but come on, bro. Pause. Pause. Jesus Christ.
You know I had to do it, man. Come on, man.
I hate you. I hate you. Length is not. Length doesn't.
Man, just say you don't care how long the game is, man.
I don't really care how long the game is necessarily, but the fact that they've taken a longer time on developing this game than we expected. It's been like 7 years. I kind of question, like, you know, what's really been going on in the development, because there's been games that you know, the original game launched the same year as Hellblade, and the sequel to those games have came out like 2 years ago. So I'm
we
like,
know what's going on, BG. If you watch the developer, I know you don't like developer diaries like that. They've been taking trips to Iceland and they was riding roller coasters, and they've been having a good old time with Microsoft money, man, building a new studio. We know what's been taking the time, man. They show you.
Yeah. I look forward to it.
One point that I think it was made on Game On Daily yesterday, actually. Might have been Asa that said it. One of the major delays that they will have suffered will have been due to COVID, purely because you can't have for a long time you couldn't have that you couldn't do those cinematic scenes with close combat, or like there are points where like you've got like sensuous visions and stuff, like climbing all over and shit. Like if they're filming that in a motion capture studio, they couldn't have done that for the best part of like 2 years over COVID. Our restrictions in the UK were quite strict, which is where they're based as well, and probably where they were doing a lot of the mocap work. So I think it's important to take that into account in terms of how long it has taken them to make, because obviously they're quite reliant on that.
Okay. Any other thoughts? Hellblade 2?
Thought it looked amazing. Is going to be a marquee title. I'm not caught up on the whole, you know, it being the same length of the first game price, because I was going to play it in Game Pass anyway. But you know, first for everything, complain about a game being cheaper. But
a marquee title, Smooth. What did you think about the first game, real quick?
I thought the first game was good. I just hated the scripted combat.
Well, somebody pull up the tweets.
You'll see the tweet. The combat. I think the combat of Hellblade 1 was horrible. But the thing is, a lot of the dev diaries that they did on this game, they talked about how they improved combat.
You You reading Doug Funny's diary, talk about patty mayonnaise now?
Doug
That's how we get
Funny.
hyped over games?
No, the thing is, when they do these dev diaries, they give you an opportunity to see a little bit of the game. So you open up to see what tidbits, what tokens they're going to give you in the game. But no, like the Hellblade, like I said, I beat the game. I got one achievement away from 100% and completing.
Did you beat it before or after Microsoft bought them?
Ooh.
I purchased it prior to the.
Did you beat it before or after Microsoft bought them?
I don't know. I have it on both PlayStation and Xbox.
Speaking, did you beat any Bethesda game before or after they bought them?
No, I've beaten Bethesda games prior to Xbox release.
Which one?
I believe Wolfenstein.
I mean, like their RPGs that you're so hyped for.
Oh no,
now.
absolutely not.
See, like, I really can't take her hype on these things seriously, because had Microsoft not bought any of these companies, IPs, games, developers, whatever, I don't even think you'd care.
Care that they exist?
You were shitting on Hellblade 1 and you were shitting on Bethesda RPGs.
I was shitting on Hellblade 1 combat, which I still to this day will shit on the combat because the combat hasn't changed since it's been the only game in the that they've Hellblade. There's only been the one Hellblade so far, and the combat of that game was, in my opinion, horrible.
Combat is still a big topic because they haven't really shown it.
Haven't shown it. Is this guy playing Rocket League in the back?
He probably still playing. Oh yeah, he's playing Rocket League.
Yes, I didn't want to. Bond, when did your dress get so long? Oh, that's not Bond. What the hell? Hold on, my bad. My bad.
Oh my god.
Deadly Headley, nice to meet you. My bad.
Nice to meet you, man.
He said, "What am my locks?" Nah, that ain't me. Mine are like a third of that. If
I see you got a condom on your head. You look good, man.
What the fuck?
How come you ain't say Jack had one?
Oh, Jack always got a sock on his head. Yeah, I'm used to that.
Jack, any thoughts? Hellblade 2?
As someone who pre-ordered the original Hellblade, like BG, I enjoyed the game. And I don't want to mirror too many of your sentiments, but I will say it is refreshing to see that, they saying the voice in their head kind of subsided a little bit. You're going to get more NPC interaction. So I do see the improvements with the storytelling in this game. But I do have to reiterate what you said. They're doing a horrible job of showing combat. They're not showing longer gameplay footage of the combat. The combat they have shown is not impressive, if we being honest. It looks like it's missing something. She's stabbing the sword through people. You're not really seeing the gore of it. Taking up the body, you're not seeing. So I'm seeing some shit missing as far as the combat. Graphically, the game is stunning, gorgeous, you know what I mean? Visual, it'll be a reference to other game developers as we've seen as to what to make a game look like a cinematic game. I'm definitely gonna get this game on Game Pass PC, you know what I mean? I will say, well, I don't know if I can say that. I would say it being all digital is gonna fuck up with the sales, but like, this is a game that's primarily in Game Pass. How much was they looking to sell anyway? You know what I mean? You look at a game like Alan Wake 2 that was all digital, and I think that hurt the sales of that game. That motherfucker flopped. So, we gonna see how that. I mean, hey, I like Alan Wake 2, but that
is kind of crazy because that game did critically well. Like,
yeah, and it sold horribly, bro. Horribly. Like, so we gonna see what this Hellblade 2 do. I'm gonna get it.
I am not excited for this game at all. I mean, what are we playing as? Some mentally deranged woman? I deal with those shits every day.
No, she's less
deal with that anymore.
It actually is literally what
I deal with that. I deal with that enough every day. I don't need to deal with that anymore in a video game.
That actually is literally what it is.
I mean,
they said she's gonna have less.
She's gonna look better now, man.
They said the thing is she channels it right, and now that issue is gonna be used to help other people within the game. That it's now treated as a special ability. Yeah,
congratulations, she's Jean Grey. Somebody call Professor X and make her.
She weaponized her illness, man.
She's Kanye West, basically. Other than spatial audio, are they doing anything different with this go around? Are they innovating?
Well,
he kept saying spatial audio.
Well, instead of that audio effect being dedicated to the voices, is going to be dedicated to the entire game. Any sound is going to have that effect.
Yeah, it's
so BG won't give a fuck about this, right? The music and all that. BG won't give a fuck about that, right?
I care a lot about audio design, but just not music, sir.
That don't make no sense. You know what? Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's what I was waiting for.
So let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask you a question then, BG. You don't care about music. When you played the Final Fantasy VII remake, and all that music hit, the remixes, the OGs, the remasters, the orchestral versions, none of that made you hype?
I felt nothing inside.
You so weird.
What were you even hype about in the remake?
The gameplay.
Oh yeah, y'all don't know this. BG don't got a radio in this car.
Come on, man.
Oh, I'm bullshit.
Hold
like the sounds on the road.
Hold on.
That's serial killer.
Whistle in the window. He let the window over here a whistle.
You got to be a serial killer to drive silent. Good.
When they announced the FF7 remake and you were crying and screaming like a bitch in a black video, you were hyped because of the gameplay?
That's nasty work, Bond. That's nasty work.
No, I'm saying you were hyped to be clicking through menus again.
Nah, y'all heard that, man.
Nigga said you was on black. That's crazy.
That's why I heard that, right?
Dynamically clicking through menus. It's a little bit different now, but yes. Look.
You weren't excited for like the stories, like Midgard, the environment, the characters, the flesh.
Of course,
you were excited to click through fucking menus.
I'm excited about all that, just not music. But specifically, I have said in the past that I think new music is don't really be hitting like that and isn't special. This is still old music, just renewed. One Wing Angel. This is still old music. You know, like. It's still special. I'll be saying anything new now, any music in games that's completely new now, man, I don't even hear it. Damn near.
Speaking of special, what is on the screen right now?
Thank you. That's Palworld.
No.
Oh yeah, I think that's from Quinn. Shout out to Quinn, dog.
This is the shit people are playing?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah,
this is it. Yeah, what you thought it would look like?
You fucking with it? Bond fucking with it. I see it, dog.
Bro, this looks like Harry Potter meets Pokemon meets like a PlayStation 2 version of Uncharted.
Those be the bangers on PC.
I want to say though, look, you gotta see. As soon as people see Palworld, it just triggers something, man. It just triggers the hate in you. That's all.
I mean,
man.
I didn't know what it was.
Y'all talked about that dude getting mad about the AI shit already?
Oh my goodness! Like,
yeah, I brought up all the AI shit. Hey, Alex, let me ask you, dog. If Palworld was on PlayStation, you'd be on that, right?
Nope.
Oh, I'm not a Pokemon guy. I'd play it if everybody else played it just to have a cooperative game. But nothing about it I saw made me go crazy. But...
Do you want me to read what my friend said about Palworld?
No.
I want to hear.
Let's see.
And after this, we need to get to Indiana Jones.
Hold up, Hardy. You painted your wall green? That's fire. And then we
No.
hit it.
What my friend said about Palworld. What the fuck is this irregular looking cocksucking shit? Gamers these days are brain dead and spend money on anything. Like they don't have money to do anything better or time to use anywhere else. Sounds about right.
Whoa, what the fuck? That was crazy.
I mean, it's only $26, dog.
Yeah.
It's not no break the bank ass game.
To Indiana Jones. So they showed Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Kind of hate that subtitle. It is made by Machine Games, coming later this year to Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. Puzzles, gunplay, whip play. Sounds freaky.
Oh yeah, I'm about to mod this game with bald niggas, BG.
I could see people modding this game in another way with that, with who they throwing that whip at.
You want to whip all people, Bond?
That's what I'm saying.
BG, are you implying that they'll make slaves as the enemy?
Or hoes?
I absolutely believe they will put some dark-skinned people in tattered clothes and chains and start whipping them. I can see the PC community doing that.
Oh my God. No, they'll put in naked chicks that they're whipping.
Maybe.
It's a PC community. They're all for that fuck shit.
And it's in
Ain't you a PC gamer?
I don't subscribe to these people. It's like I'm a wrestling fan, but I don't like deal with the AEW trampoline cowboys and their outlaw mud shows and all that bullshit.
Don't you wear elbow pads to bed? You definitely part of that community.
Definitely not. And I trim
He
my
say he
beard.
climb in the bed elbow first and shit crazy.
He definitely do this.
And I trim my beard, Alex.
Oh, you trimmed it?
Ooh.
I'm just saying I do.
No.
You saying you don't trim your beard?
Oh, he's getting at me.
Need to comb that shit.
Oh no. I just left from a theatrical play. I'm still in my thespian bag. But thanks for checking.
I haven't heard that word thespian in forever.
Thanks for looking at my chin though.
Since like that Odyssey of the Mind, odd mind shit in like middle school.
Indiana Jones. Like I said, it's in first person. That was a topic of consternation, I guess, and it goes to third person when you're doing certain mechanics like swinging or where it makes sense, but it's in first person. Smooth, what do you think?
All right. So Indiana Jones, obviously, this was my most anticipated game of the showcase because I was shocked that we were getting essentially a proper reveal at a developers direct. I thought it would be in third person, but then Todd Howard Machine Games. It didn't make sense that they would make a third person game, so I figured if they're gonna make it first person, they're going to make it right. They'll do it justice. And based off what we've seen as far as like gameplay and the visuals, and they got all the pieces together as far as voice acting and standard actors. They got Tony Todd in that bad boy. And then you got Troy Baker, who's doing the voice work of Indiana Jones. And then they got
they couldn't get Harrison Ford?
No, he's too old, but they got his likeness.
That's true.
which is good. So I'm what they showed, I'm impressed, and it's my most anticipated game of the year next to Avowed. It looks like the puzzles are gonna be very like unique and impressed. There, obviously it's a licensed game, so they're gonna try to show Indiana Jones as much as possible. So they're gonna be throwing in the third person perspective through cutscenes and then traversal and probably some puzzles where they can pan the camera back. But everything looks good. The gunplay looks good. The combat looks good. I'm looking forward to seeing more. It's machine game, so the game looks good personally. And I think they're going real deep with the story. I think it's going to be a really good story, a good story. Like Xbox, typically, their games aren't known to have like the greatest stories, but I think what they're doing here, and they're able to get some sort of canon story by having this thing take place between like the first two movies, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Have you seen the movies, Smooth?
I haven't seen. I can't say I've seen any of them. No, I only watch parts. My wife is a big Indiana Jones fan. She watched those movies.
She a big Indiana Jones fan or a big Harrison Ford fan?
I think she's just like those genres of movies. My son, I think he's a character fan. He has the Indiana Jones toys and whatnot. But no, I mean, what I'll do, I'll pull a BG. I'm gonna watch the first two movies before this game come out, so that I can get like some background of where it's actually taking place. But overall, it looks good. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for it. I'm not mad about the first person, third person thing. Machine Games they're specialists at what they do. Todd Howard is pretty good at what they do. I think these two coming together and doing this game, I think they're going to do it justice, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it.
I got a question for you, Smooth. Coming off of Wolfenstein 2, I played both of the Wolfenstein games. To me personally, Wolfenstein 2 graphically, that game, I think that game could come out next week and motherfuckers be like, damn, the graphics on this. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Were you taken aback slightly when they first showed this game? Because I feel like the game looks good. Don't get it twisted. The game look good, but I feel like it might look a little like, because they're going for that cartoon aesthetic too. It ain't photorealistic like I say Wolfenstein was. Did you feel like it? I felt like it was gonna look a little different, man.
So Wolfenstein, this is what I take for. There's a lot of color to Wolfenstein 2, even more than the first game. Like they put you in like a lot of bright, colorful environments in the last game, which I think look very, very good. Especially playing. I played Wolfenstein, at the Xbox One X. 4K. It looked crisp, and the game overall aesthetics looks really good. I think with Indiana Jones though, I think there's going to be like that film grain. It is also taking place. When does Indiana Jones take place? Technically in the 40s or stuff like that.
Something like
So
that.
it has this tint over it that people don't find aesthetically pleasing. But as far as visually, I don't think it looks any worse. I think the environments of Wolfenstein looks better because it's in a brighter, more colorful, and the game is allowed to shine and pop a little bit more. So I'll say this: it doesn't look like a generation better than Wolfenstein. No, I think because Wolfenstein can come out today as is and look like a proper game for the generation. So I do agree with you there.
Deadly.
Okay.
I'm hyped for it. I really like Machine Games as a developer. I really like Wolfenstein 2. I hadn't actually played Wolfenstein New Order, so I downloaded that on Game Pass and started playing that again this morning. It's been really cool, but I definitely prefer the second one so far. But I think what they do really well is things like hand-to-hand combat in first person is quite sort of like visceral. You really sort of like, you feel like you're in that sort of moment, and they do a really good job of making sure that it feels quite sort of kinetic in terms of how you're making contact with enemies and stuff. The whip looks really good in terms of how they've handled that, how they're animating that. Is in so
have you used one before as well?
I have not used a whip. No, I have not. I've not had the fortune to use a whip, but
the fortune.
What you want from that?
Yes, sir. Talk about it.
They do look fun. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It depends on the context. No, I think the way Machine Games have sort of animated that from a first person perspective, like we've seen sort of some of the work that they were doing behind the scenes to get that looking good. I'm really interested. I was quite surprised by some of the set pieces that we saw, like sort of jumping from like one plane to another and stuff like that. And again, we've seen stuff like that in Wolfenstein, and it's been really good. I'm really looking forward to it. What I really liked actually was those moments where Indy is sort of walking through the temples, and you see like some of the skulls illuminated with torches and like rats scurrying and stuff like that. That kind of stuff delivered in first person versus what you would get out of a third person experience is one of the reasons why I'm actually really happy that it's in first person rather than third. Just because I think it's going to be more immersive that way.
Okay. So as far as the first person versus third person thing, look, I just believe that obviously action adventure games, they're typically in third person. That's for certain reasons, because, you know, narratively and gameplay wise, it usually suits it better and allows the developer to do things that typically may not work in first person or might be a little bit awkward. That's why you see them, switch from first person to third person when they're doing certain things in this game. But that doesn't mean that the game won't be good in first person. I like Machine Games. I thought Wolfenstein 1 and 2 were fire. I just wholeheartedly believe that whatever game they're making now in first person, the third person version of that game, I still believe would have been better. And I don't necessarily think that just because, that we're known for first person, that's what we should stick with, because we see developers, pivot and do different things that they're not used to all the time. I mean, Playground Games, they're literally, they made racing games. They're making an RPG. Guerrilla obviously made shooters. Then they made Horizon, an action adventure game. Developers do this all the time. They may have to hire the right amount of staff to be able to pivot and do it, but I don't think sticking to what you're used to should be necessarily the decision maker. And people say things like, what were they saying? What were they saying on Twitter? I forgot. They were saying something on Twitter. But yeah, it's just not, to me, that's just not necessarily, they didn't want to be compared. Not the developers said that. People on Twitter were saying that they probably just didn't want to be compared to Tomb Raider or Uncharted. But I'm like, fear of being compared to something should never be gameplay design decision. You know, like screw them. Who cares if they did compare? They're gonna compare it anyway.
Them two games were literally only compared to like Indiana Jones, so it's like you literally the inspiration for them games. So I mean, I don't see why that would you know. I
think we don't know that's why they made the decision. That's what people on Twitter were probably thinking. I'm like, that shouldn't be a reason. But we'll see. Like I said, am I biased? Of course, I prefer and I think third person is the better camera angle in most situations. You know, like I said, I do enjoy Wolfenstein. Like BioShock is one of the games that like they're able to depict, you know, emotion and still help you relate to the character, even though it's in first person.
You know what I hate about this community, man? It's just a disingenuous community, man. Now, everybody got their preference if you like first or third person, but I hate when certain things happen in this community and people just hop off the porch crazy. Like you seeing motherfuckers talking like they ain't never like third person games. They are always or the you know the opposite. It's like, bro, why y'all always got to stand on the extreme with the shit, bro? Just like I would have rather
didn't
been
realize
like this.
how serious a problem motion sickness was. That's crazy.
That's,
so
they full of it.
It's unbelievable.
These are people that promote
motion sickness now.
PSVR. These are people that play PSVR. So it's like now you got motion sickness, bro. Like, come on, man.
I will say there's one person that, as far as we know, does have a valid case for the motion sickness shit, and that's just Erica. So other than that,
literally just Erica.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't really know about all the people claiming motion sickness.
I'm not. One thing I don't have an Xbox, so I don't think I'll be able to play this Indiana Jones game. But one thing I know that just in general, the newness of healing yourself and you wrap the bandage around your arm, the newness of the enemy taking your camera, putting their face and all that, it's kind of worn off. That's why I wasn't impressed by the trailer. I was just like, Far Cry 3 did it well, cool. BioShock did it well, cool. Skyrim, it was cool shouting from Fuss Rodan, shit like that. Nowadays, it doesn't have that same I don't know, staying power that it once did. That narrative building is best done in third world.
All right. Question, Alex. So you saying you've seen all this stuff in first person? Well, what haven't you seen in third person that Indiana Jones was going to do? Because pretty much for it to be in third person, it would have to eclipse and be much better. And I'm not saying that they can't, but be better than Uncharted, be better than Tomb Raider, and then have to be that plus more. If that's what Uncharted and Tomb Raider wanted to be, but they couldn't be because of licensing.
I got one for you. What better embodies Indiana Jones by seeing his walk, the tassels on his jacket, the whip hanging off of his shoulder, walking through the sand, that or his hands this close to the screen cracking a whip like this? Which one you saying? It's more about the embodiment of the character and the environment. You've seen it. I beat Cyberpunk. What the fuck why am I editing a character if I don't see the nigga unless I'm riding a motorcycle? You see what I'm saying? I beat Wolfenstein 2 on the hardest, well, not the hardest one, because I think if you die, you start over. The second to the hardest difficulty, I beat that. Cool. It's a shooter.
How you say the first person whip look? How you say? What you say?
It looked like Bond at the bar saying, "Come here, Batman."
Like you got a little T-Rex arm. I got a T-Rex arm. Like what?
No, but I mean, for me, and like I said, I'm not gonna be able to play it anyway because I don't have an Xbox. But just first-person games in general, it's hard to see a new first-person game and get excited because your wrists get red when you heal yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like I feel like they got to pull themselves out of that. I don't know.
I spoke on it. The mannerisms, and you get to see the mannerisms and the behavior of the character when you play in third person. And people like any iconic character, and there's plenty of iconic characters that are like in first person that you never see their mannerisms. But it just helps. It takes it to another level because you can literally see the character. Oh, that's how they move. That's how they speak. That's, you know, they're just all those little nuances and little things, you know, just helps the experience, in my opinion. So, you know, I'm always gonna root for that.
Yeah, if it's first person, I better be driving a battle mech.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's gonna be bad at all. So we will see.
I mean, let's put it this way, right?
You called it the biggest fumble. Is what you called it?
Oh, I do think it's a fumble. I think commercially.
So you think the game is going to do worse since of the viewpoint, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I think if this game was in third person, it would absolutely sell more because like you said, like that just seeing that vision, that image of Indiana Jones walking in third person, performing these moves, that's part of being able to sell something. That does help. Versus, for example, of course you show like if it was a commercial, of course, yeah, they would probably show the different parts of like cutscenes and things like that so people could see him. But it's a whole other thing and helps if people could literally just see the character
On top of that,
the
BG,
whole time. It helps marketing and all that versus people just seeing a game with two floating hands. It helps.
on top of that, think about the movies. The niggas running from giant boulders, jumping over pits and valleys and ancient tombs. His what's the word I'm looking for? Athleticism, whatever the fuck you want to say. That's part of the character of Indiana Jones. It's a nigga wearing khakis with 4 pockets, able to jump across ravines. You're supposed to see that.
You such a movie guy. You can't do that.
He like that. Don't say that. You know he like that.
You don't think they can capture the same thing in first person? I think that's the challenge.
Like I said, Far Cry 3 and BioShock did it cool. I really liked it. When I first healed my hand up and I took the piece of glass out my arm, it was fire. I'm just saying nowadays, it just feels limiting. That's all it is. It just feels limiting.
And you know what else I don't like? One thing that bothers me is with first person games, the ones that where you see the character in the cutscene, that transition where you're walking around in first person and in the cutscene you get to see yourself. Sometimes that be jarring.
Dusty. Yeah, you be like, I don't even look wavy while I'm doing this shit.
I do gotta ask you though, Alex.
Versus,
what's up?
Real quick. Versus, like when you're playing a third person game, you get to see the seamless transition from how you were playing right into the cutscene. Nothing changes. I like that. You know.
You saying, Jack?
And that is Machine Game specialty. My bad.
No, well, I guess I think I already know your answer, but you are a proponent of the VR space, and all those games are just floating fucking fingers and doing this. So
you have your whole arms and bodies.
So you said, well, when I watch footage, they don't never have that. You said it's different when you play
social screen, yeah.
But you would say it feels different. You actually more interactive with it, so that's why you more welcoming to that as opposed to like this Indiana.
This is what I'll say. Remember when the PS3 first came out and niggas tried to force the 6-axis, right? I used to call it side.
Yes.
It's 6-axis, right?
Very
For them,
annoying.
that was their way to say you're more into the game. Yes, we realized that's not fun to play like that. Now that we have the DualSense, playing Astrobot, Returnal, the triggers, the haptics, that's what makes us feel more ingrained with the environment and with the actions of the game, right? I say take advantage of that. I don't know if Xbox, I don't know how your controllers is on that side, but something with PlayStation, that's what makes me more gripping into the game. I'm pulling R2 and the rope tightens and I feel the tension in the R2. That hits more than me watching my ashy wrist do this, to me. And I get this ain't a PlayStation game, but I'm just saying, like, there's different ways to make you feel more enthralled, and first person isn't always the go-to.
Okay.
Okay. But I do think it's going to be a good game. It just would probably be better. Those are my thoughts.
Well, real quick before you move on.
It would be a miss for them to not include some sort of like a photo mode where you could actually kind of just pan the camera around and see Indy and get your nostalgia rocks off that way. I personally, I'm okay with him being in first person in terms of gameplay, because I quite like that all the detail and all the temple stuff and all the spooky stuff and all the puzzle solving. It's here. It's not in the distance where you can only really achieve that certain level of detail if you like angle your camera right. I quite like that level of immersion, but I think having a photo mode where you can go and do it on your own time instead of only relying on interacting with certain parts of the environment to climb, for example. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If they made a Castlevania, would you guys prefer the first person or third person?
I'm open to both personally.
First person Castlevania.
Yeah, I think they could really hit that off right. First person Castlevania. I mean, didn't we already get a third person Castlevania game?
I mean, I just don't think it could be done first person effectively.
I don't know. I'm open to see somebody try it. I'll say that.
I'm good. The other game was Ara History Untold, which is a kind of like Civilization, Age of Empires style
This
turn-based
this a
strategy.
Yokio Kofi game right here, bro.
Yeah.
That shit look hard as hell.
Turn-based strategy game, like I said, similar to Civilization or Age of Empires, made by Oxide Games. I do like strategy games, but I don't know. This one didn't really appeal to me.
Well, you was in the Twitter space the other day with Death Singer said about this game, right? He was saying
I don't remember what he said.
He said the appeal of this game as opposed to a Civilization or Age of Empires is that it's not turn-based. You know, them other games, you take a turn, the other person take a turn. On this game, y'all both playing at the same time. So he was saying you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta play it on the fly. You know, you gotta roll with the punches. So, you know, you might not, I mean, so he was saying that's
games like that. Okay.
He was saying that's the difference with this game as opposed to the other ones.
I can't remember the name of the game. I played it with Fangs. Red Faction or something? I can't remember the full name. There's already a game like that, though.
This is a game I would play, but I will not play because after Total War 2 Shogun or whatever, Shogun Total War 2, Nerdslization, so I put a ban on all of these games. Had a girl visiting me from Texas. I was 60 hours into Shogun 2 in one. Nope, uninstalled. I will never play these types of games again. They will take over your life.
Time sinks.
Not saying they're bad, but these games will literally take over your life, especially good ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I seen people upset that this they showed this Xbox Developer Direct that's not launching on the console. What do you think about that, Smooth?
It's not. It's not on Xbox.
Not
launching.
Not first. No, because the thing is, what is Flight Sim and what if Age of Empires? Remember, they both revealed at Xbox events that, and they weren't launching on the console. It's one of their titles. I think they own the IP. It's launching into PC Game Pass. It'll probably come to Xbox the following year.
I don't think you'll get that on console. I think it's too PC heavy a game. It's like
but so was Age of Empires, and they managed to do that. And I think they will probably work with them to help port it over to do that. That's the reason why I don't think it's not going to see the light of day on the console. I just think because of it is a PC centric game and that's their focus, they're doing like how they allowed the Age team to do it and Microsoft Slim to do it. It's like, you know what, this is obviously going to. Our priority is PC. This is where the audience is going to be. Let's launch it here first. And I think it's the same thing where Ara, they'll get it on console, and they already kind of have a blueprint to do it because they was able to watch like Age of Empires do it, and you already got Civilization on console, so they can definitely do it. I just think this is a part of this. It's more of a marketing beat to try to get PC guys to convert more so over to the subscription.
PC dudes are stubborn. They ain't converting shit.
They're not, but personally, yeah, I don't get like these type of games aren't in my cup of tea. I won't be trying it, won't be playing it. It was cool that it was at the the showcase and whatnot, and they're really treating these guys like a first party developer. They had a couple postings where they were celebrating first party devs, and they included Oxide in both of them. So that's something to keep an eye on.
Okay, and the last game they showed was Visions of Mana. This is also on other platforms, PC, PlayStation. But the Xbox has a effort to bring more JRPGs to Xbox. And it's not going to Game Pass though. It's coming out this year. Obviously, it's by Square. I don't think. So Visions of Mana is not necessarily one of the more popular JRPGs. So. And there's no history of it like that on the Xbox platform. And I know they do this stuff because, they want to put more JRPGs on Xbox, especially like test out the waters and see how they support it and if the fans latch onto it. But they're not buying this because it has no history. It's not necessarily one of the better JRPGs. And
it actually has a lot of history. I was actually reading. I went
Xbox,
down the rabbit. No, in general, I was going down the rabbit hole reading about Final Fantasy VII, and apparently this game was actually supposed to be on the Nintendo PlayStation, and like 70% of the game got cut on the Super Nintendo because they wanted to put this on the CD add-on. So this Secret of Mana was like the pivotal reason why Squaresoft was like, fuck the N64. Like, we had to cut all of our shit out for a Super Nintendo game, which we didn't want to, but they made us because we needed to make money in the investment. And that was, ironically, the game that made Squaresoft say, we have to move Final Fantasy VII to the PlayStation because the N64 ain't going to cut it.
Yeah.
Just a little history lesson.
Yeah, so I don't think they're gonna buy this much on Xbox, and I don't necessarily blame them. Like I said, there's no history. It's not going into Game Pass. They're used to all of these type of games. At least going into Game Pass, they're used to not paying for this type of stuff. So I don't necessarily blame them for not buying this one. It's already not. It's not even, like I said, the most popular JRPG on other platforms. So
it's only had 2 good games. This This game started off as Final Fantasy Adventure, but whatever. The second game, Secret of the Mana, and Seiken Densetsu 3, which will be Trials of Mana here, which just got recently a remake. Basically, this game hasn't been good since Super Nintendo. So, looks cool, but I don't have faith in it. Yeah, Trials of Mana. We just got a remake of it in, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, I played the demo.
I mean, it's a game I wouldn't mind trying. It's a action RPG, right? So it's like I'm always willing to give those a try.
Why don't you play some Zelda then?
Because Zelda is just, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Any other thoughts?
I do not like Zelda.
Visions?
I didn't watch the Xbox show. That's why I ain't shit yet.
Okay. All right. Well, those were all the games. If we don't have anything else, we can move on to a few other items. I gave it a 4.5 out of 10. That was my score.
Oh God!
How?
Like I said, Avowed wasn't very impressive. That showing wasn't very impressive to me. I think the original trailer looked better. This one looked rough. It looked pretty damn rough to me. Hellblade 2, as I said, it's not the game. It's the trailers. The trailers are terrible. I don't really care about Ara History Untold. I think that game looks pretty rough too. It looks like an older build, or it looks like it's still an alpha. It's just, I don't care about Visions of Mana. Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones looks okay, but I wasn't blown away by it. 4.5.
That's some bullshit. I feel like that you gave that score just to appease these crying ass PlayStation fanboys.
I definitely did not.
They don't even like BG right now.
They don't.
No,
they hate
like
BG.
that was to get back in their good ass graces for a little bit. But nah. That to me, I think how I look at it is that I thought the first direct last year was very good because it was something new, something we needed from Xbox, and it gave them a new cadence to show games on top of their Xbox Game Showcase. And Hi-Fi Rush really made that showcase like really big because all the other games that came out of that showcase were actually kind of mid by the time they released. When you consider all the games shown in this showcase were all big deals, all major games, all could be a game that really could be a major holiday game for them, and they all were in the showcase, and they were all coming this year, and which leaves a big window for their summer showcase of what they can potentially show there. I definitely, this is for me is at 8.59 because, like I said, that was the only one game I didn't rock with. The only game I didn't rock with was the freaking Ara game, but I was happy with Indiana Jones. I was happy with Avowed. And I was happy with Hellblade, and then the surprise from Square Enix, even though me and Square Enix got murder beef.
Why?
Because they don't do smart shit.
Such as
they don't release multi-platform games on Xbox. Like every game they release outside of the one they just showed.
What game did you want that they didn't put over?
It's not that not what game that I want, but what game that should be on Xbox. Final Fantasy.
You want Babylon's Fall?
Stop!
Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Smooth for the people, man. Smooth.
All that should be on Xbox.
Talk to him.
Let me tell you real quick, Smooth. Final Fantasy 16 not being on Xbox is a fucking blessing. You don't need that trash. Period. If I hadn't played the other like 12, 13, 14 games preceding that game, not to mention that, I thought that BG gave me that game for free, and I thought that was a punishment. Nigga sent me to the Shadow Realm and said, play this trash. Unbelievable.
Hey, Jack, you know what time it is, right?
What time is it, brother?
It's time to foam up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, y'all getting foamy? We got Chef Bubble in here. We got Chef Bubble.
Yes, sir.
We getting foamy. Get foamy.
I'm so slippery right now. Let's
Get
go.
foamy with the homies? I can't do that.
Yes, sir.
Man, I can't wait to foam some niggas up, man. It's about to be lit.
Hey,
what?
Hey, yo. So I give this game 2.5 months before it's dead. Jack, what say you?
Wow. That sounds about right. I'm gonna say 2 weeks.
No,
it's on plus.
Yeah,
It's on
I'm with
plus.
Jack.
I'm gonna say like a month.
Well, hold on. Didn't Square Enix release another multiplayer game, or was that Platinum Games that like died?
Babylon's Fall.
Yeah,
who made that?
That was Square.
That was Square.
Shit. Damn.
Platinum worked on it too, though. They both worked on it.
That was Platinum Games' fault. Everything Platinum Games touches is their fault.
Quick question. Who all in here played the beta? I know me and Hardhead and Jack did.
Did not.
Exactly. They just hating. They just hating.
Deadly Headley
Listen.
didn't. Kiss Move, you didn't
I'm
either,
not
right?
hating. I just thought it looked like shit.
No,
This
you
game
didn't
is
play it. I'm
garbage.
saying, did you
Yeah,
play it?
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in Splatoon, so I figured I wouldn't be interested in this.
Only 3 of us played it. Okay, so y'all aren't gonna get your goggles and get in the suds. If you played this game, you would see the deep multiplayer. That's the potential for one. Really, we gotta have more modes. But from the day one, with everybody trying to figure out what character does what, Hardhead, you can attest to this. Trying to figure out what characters did what, and then when you realize once niggas got the movement, it was very competitive. Day 2 was totally different from day 1.
Yeah, like I had a bunch of overtime games that second day. I was playing with Freddie Savage and Weapon Wheel Disco. So we was going crazy in there.
Yeah.
Like you'll get some blowouts, and it seemed like skill-based matchmaking would kick in. And after skill-based matchmaking kicked in, it's like real battles. And this shit got some real replayability. That's the part that niggas don't know about unless they actually play the game. Like it take you a minute to get used to it. Like Alex said, once you figure out how the game work and what each person does and how you supposed to control the field with that person, it's addicting.
You know what it was? When I first played it, the first 30 minutes, I said this movement is too stiff. And then once you actually get in, you start learning how to use the surfboard. Like rock hard. Like the movement felt stiff.
Like Juice Robinson?
You rock hard?
Remember?
Smooth ain't saying nothing for 10 minutes. He heard that shit.
It's true why people don't want to play this game.
Hold up, Bonnie.
Who wouldn't want to be rock hard in the phone, though? Come on, man.
I'm just saying, you're asking a bunch of niggas that can't even swim to play around in foam and water.
Don't you do that every weekend? Hardhead, this is the thing that Destruction All-Stars fucked up, right? Destruction All-Stars hit detection was fucking ass. 2, it really didn't matter what character you picked. They all played the same. I mean, you had some people that dodged a little bit more. You had some people that did a one-hit kill you with their car. It really didn't matter. In Foamstars, it really impacts your team who you play with.
Team composition actually fucking matters. I feel like I remember they let you switch mid-game. I can't remember whether or not they did. No, they didn't. Once you stuck, you get to switch at halftime, I think. I don't know. You couldn't switch at halftime either. But team composition really matters. Like if you see who the other people picking on your team, you need to make sure you matching up. If you pick a whole bunch of heavy niggas, you probably gonna get your ass beat.
You better get clapped.
You pick a bunch of light niggas, you probably gonna get your ass beat. There's actual team composition. It's a competitive game, and a lot of you niggas been begging for competitive games. This is the one.
Stop.
Stop. Shit ain't no competitive game. I got a question for you. How many games that you guys, these up and coming multiplayer games, you guys try to put us on, Alex, especially you, that survived your hype?
Agreed.
I'm playing the finals.
Move on this one.
I have 98 hours in the finals.
The finals still alive.
I have 98 hours in the finals that just came out. Y'all saying, "Oh, I don't like it because it's a hero shooter." No, y'all don't like it because it's the destruction is fire for one. The gunplay, they're tuning it. They're trying to.
How many games survived your hype, man? You going to all this other shit?
What games have I hyped?
He asked you the question. I like that question.
Oh, Kiss Me. What games are on the top of your mind?
I feel like every once in a while you come through with these multiplayer games that get announced. You guys be the first to jump on it. And be like, yo, this is fun, it's fun. The next thing I don't hear anything of it.
So this is a
topic
topic
for the room. They already done shut down.
What games?
I
You talking
think
about
he's
Knockout
trying to
City?
say
I love
like
Knockout City. I love Knockout City.
Rumbleverse and shit.
I like Knockout City. I can't help the niggas they fuck with it. I liked it. What other games though?
Let's
Because every game that I talk about, I put hundreds of
look,
hours in. So I'm not the guy to be
let's
like, oh, I
stick to the garbage at hand. The garbage at hand is Foamstars. This game is going. Listen, I didn't get to play the alpha. It's going to PlayStation Plus, right? It's going to PlayStation Plus because PlayStation has absolutely no faith in it. Square has no faith in it. They know it's gonna bomb. Yes, there have been other games that have gone to PlayStation Plus that have been successful, but they're typically not multiplayer games. If they actually believe people were gonna buy this game and it was gonna have longevity, they would charge for it. They have no faith in it, no confidence in it. It's going to die. It's probably garbage. I'll try it out, but 99% it's gonna be trash.
I'm gonna give you a couple
they
things that's wrong with
they didn't have faith in Fall Guys or Rocket League either. They just took a chance, but they didn't believe it was going to be what it turned out to be. They don't believe in this. They think they don't.
Rocket League gonna be trash. No, they put full force behind Fall Guys. You're not gonna do that. They was marketing the shit out that game.
I'm gonna tell you 3 things that's wrong with Foamstars, right?
Okay. Let's hear it, brother.
One, this is a game that's going to suffer from. This is a type of game you're supposed to shadow drop and let it blow up by itself. These aren't the games that you present, put in the public, and then let everybody digest it and judge it, because by the time it comes out, people gonna mess with it, but they ain't gonna really fuck with it. This would have been, if it's as fun as you say you are, this should have been what pretty much the finals or whatever. It just drop the shit and let's see what happens.
I got an argument for that too. Go ahead.
And then the other thing is, this is games as a service, right? Why the fuck are you making games as a service exclusive to a platform? Just why murder yourself? Why make it? Why suicide the game?
I got a second point for that. Go ahead. What's your third?
And then the other thing is, because it's a games as a service, why the shit ain't just free to play from the gate? Why? You're all these barriers.
About to say, because Fortnite did all of that.
Fucking up the game.
Yeah,
Fortnite did all of that
at first and had a free battle royale and went crazy.
Fortnite was exclusive to PlayStation and PC when it first came out. Fortnite also was a games as a service when it came out, and you had to pay to get access to it.
Rocket League.
Even when the Battle Royale came out, it wasn't out on every platform.
Rocket League, Fall Guys. What was the one where you assassinate the aliens in the spaceship?
Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
Among Us was just a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
You had to pay for it on certain platforms, but it was free.
First point to Kiss Move. You saying why have it come out? Anyway, the answer to that is that it needs a beta. People get annoyed when games drop and they didn't have a beta. They did. That's what I'm saying.
No, but what? Ain't that the game? Fortnite.
No.
Beta for what?
No. You said why not stealth drop it? People's complaint is that when they stealth drop shit, it comes out not playing. Their main thing is, why didn't y'all play test this? Why didn't y'all have a beta? We could have told y'all the shit that's fucked up with it. Now don't nobody want to touch it. That's why. They put out like 1 or 2 betas, right? Am I tripping?
They had 2 betas, and throughout the betas, they was taking feedback and adjusting the game during the beta.
So if you're gonna have a game as a service, you want a nigga to drop a couple betas to at least say, give us some feedback, because if this is something that we're gonna have to routinely update and tweak and tune, you want that. That's one. What are you gonna say, Hardhead?
Damn, I forgot. I ain't gonna hold you.
Look, I don't want to spend too much time on a game that's going to be dead in 2 months, by the way.
Two. He said, why put it in PS Plus? Jack, you might want to help with this. What other fucking multiplayer game are they putting out, or do we have in PlayStation Plus other than Uncharted 4? Or Last of Us 1? So again, whatever they give us, at least
that was in my second point. My second point is, why is this exclusive to PlayStation and
for the people paying for PlayStation Plus, we want a competitive multiplayer.
But why not? But the thing is, at the end of the day, is one thing to make PlayStation look attractive for multiplayer, but the game needs to survive. So why not just?
Do you want to play it?
To be fair, they put it.
Smooth is right, but he's wrong.
Do you want to play it?
Smooth. The question is, you're asking, why are they putting this only on one platform, right? And why is it exclusive to one service, right?
They chose the right platform, to be honest.
Okay, it's that way because they know this game is going to fail. Sony cut them a check. So at minimum, when this game fails, they will have broken even because they at least secured a check. If the game blows up, cool. But to me, I feel like they know the game's going to flop and fail. So like, look, we got to make something off of this. What's the best way we can do it? And that's to get a check off of Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, or whoever was willing to back the game.
Is Kiss Move the one that that wants exclusivity to Xbox telling me why are they putting something exclusive on PlayStation? A competitive multiplayer?
No.
Are you the same guy?
My
that wants Call
exclusivity
of
to
Duty
Xbox. I want Xbox games to remain exclusive to Xbox. I'm not asking for Square Enix games to remain exclusive to Xbox or anything like that.
This is Destruction All Stars Part 2. This is the sequel. Okay, we know this. Come on, bro.
So let me ask you: if it was free, what would y'all opinions be on the game right now? If the game was
still
free
trash.
instead?
It's still trash.
BG, what games as a service do you want? Weren't you the one saying like, "Hey, have faith, hold the line"? What games do you want them to drop? It's a third person.
BG, you the one telling them to make multiplayer games.
Literally,
and you was fine that they canceled.
PlayStation didn't make this. PlayStation didn't make this. I said I want PlayStation to make games, not them pay for something Square Enix made that they did in their sleep.
We missed a very integral part of today. We've been talking about a bunch of multiplayer games and new IPs that the man that said this is the best generation of multiplayer is not interested in.
I never said that. Bond, why Bond like to change my words to complete opposites?
How crazy is this?
I said this. You're supposed to be the multiplayer nigga that's asking.
I literally said.
They're trying to present this game as if it's a PlayStation game. They're making it exclusive to the platform, especially for PlayStation players.
This is a PlayStation game.
I said this is the worst generation for multiplayer games.
Hardhead.
Fighter Z came out in like 2017. Oh wait, Fighters. That I was thinking Xenoverse. Fighter Z came out like 2018, 19. One of them.
All right, 2018. This nigga said he was going to open the laundromat 6 years ago.
Here we go.
And at this rate, I'm not sure what's going to open first, the laundromat or Dr. Umar's school.
Hey, Hardhead, you know what's crazy?
Because BG has been talking about multiplayer this month. Dog, BG, we got to call a spade a spade. You have not really been on multiplayer in 6 years.
I have. I put 50 hours in Battlefield 2042 in just like the last week and a half. But
I was just about to say, I'm so glad you brought that up. The same guy that says once BG, the same guy that says once you ruin your first impression on me, I never want to touch you again. Pause.
Yeah, I said that.
You went back to the worst Battlefield that we've seen since I've been alive. This is the worst Battlefield to come out. And you went back to it for what?
Because multiplayer games are in the worst state they've ever been in, and that's and
Foamstars coming out giving you different options.
And Battlefield 2042. Okay, let's be clear. Battlefield 2042 when it launched is still a better game than the absolute dog shit that Foamstars is about to be.
Did you play
Let's be clear. No, I don't need to. It's gonna be garbage. It's gonna be dead. It's gonna be dead.
I'm 100% sure you're gonna regret that statement.
It's gonna be garbage.
Alex the Hardhead, I got the cook. So you heard what he said. This is the
I've always said that
generation of multiplayer.
For multiplayer, I've always said that.
But yet the best generation of gaming ever. Somebody explain that to me.
Because there's more single player games than multiplayer games. But
the offset of having the worst multiplayer ever cannot be offset by this generation of games. Stop.
And people prioritize single player over multiplayer.
So BG, let me ask you this: what about high res that you spoke of last week had you so high on them to the point where you can see potential in high res, but you don't see potential in Foamstars?
First of all, I never said I was high on high res. I said if PlayStation were going to acquire a studio for live service, they probably would have been better off with high res than Bungie, because they have just as much, if not more, experience and knowledge on it. But I mean, high
res doesn't have a single game other than maybe Smite that touches Foamstars right now.
What do you mean? Like, yes, they do.
As far as how
touches
good
it as
they
what?
are.
Bro,
I know they got games with player bases. Just because they crossplay and stuff, but Foamstars is still better than High Res's entire catalog right now.
No,
except for Smite.
No. He don't want to get his goggles and jump into subs, but he like playing in paint cans. You love Splatoon.
No. I do like Splatoon. I do like Splatoon.
Really weird about it.
You interlock your toes and lay in bed and play with paint.
I do like Splatoon, and I hate the argument that people make. Oh, you like this game, so you should like this game. There are plenty of games that are spiritual successors, clones, whatever you want to call them, that are garbage in comparison to the original. I don't mean you like all of them.
That's not one of them games though. You was fine with Temtem. You was fine with Temtem. You don't like
Temtem is good.
Palworld.
Sure.
No, it's not. Temtem is not. Temtem's not even good as Palworld. You fine with Temtem,
but
you
I'm
don't
not,
like Palworld.
I'm
you
not.
hate Foamstars,
I didn't say nothing bad about Palworld. I said they trying to be, but they're failing terribly. They're failing terribly. I'm answering hardhead question. I'm answering hardhead. There's no inconsistency at all. I said I don't like survival elements like chopping down wood and all that stuff. That's the only reason I won't play Palworld. If Palworld didn't have that stuff, I would definitely play it. Temtem is just a literal Pokemon clone, essentially, that does a few things differently. That's why I played it. There's no inconsistency there.
So you only played it because it's a clone, right?
Because it was good. I've always said, if you're going to take a game and essentially copy it, it better be just as good or better. I don't care if it's a copy. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good to me based on gameplay.
You didn't play it.
Okay.
It's
listen,
free.
I will. I just think based on gameplay that I've seen, it looks like absolute garbage.
And you know what sucks? I would really put a lot of faith into what you just said if you didn't go back and play Battlefield 2042. If you would have been consistent and never went back on your word of I don't play anything, I don't. You said you said out of your mouth, I don't return to anything. I don't care how better it's gotten.
I typically don't. Typically don't. But the state of multiplayer games has gotten so bad. Hey, I went back.
And yet you don't want to play the finals. You don't want to play this game.
I played the finals. The finals is boring trash.
Oh, you're trash. You're trash.
The finals is boring trash.
You're not good at the game.
That's not true.
Say that.
I played. Bro, I have screenshots. I have screenshots of me winning in the finals, killing and having way more kills than deaths, and I was bored. It's boring.
Alex,
Did you like Evil West?
Alex, this is the best generation.
I thought it was mid. I thought Evil West was mid.
I was making sure you said Evil West.
I live streamed that and like it was a mess.
Well, you had an artwork of you in some cowboy chacaron,
Yeah.
so I was like, okay, maybe he liked it, but never mind.
But
best generation of gaming, Jack. Africa 9.5.
But I'm ignoring Bond because he's not making any points. Bond is not making any points at all, so I am ignoring him.
You cannot say that your favorite part of gaming, this is the absolute worst it's ever been, and
multiplayer games in a horrible state.
And then on the other hand, say this is the best generation of gaming.
But other than that, gaming is amazing. So yes, I can say that.
No, you said it was the best generation.
It's probably not Unga Boonga.
Best generation, right?
Oh yeah.
If you can say Unga Boonga, please say Unga. It's not Unga Boonga. That's not like some you swinging from the trees and shit. Say Unga Boonga, bro.
This shit is Unga Nunga now.
Like I said, I'm ready to move on because I don't want to spend too much time on a game that nobody's going to be talking about in 2 months. So why are we talking about it? Nobody's going to be talking about this.
We do got to bring up a good point though. They're releasing this game at a horrible time because don't Helldivers 2 come out like a couple of days after this or like a week after this? Like,
yeah.
Why would they lap these releases on top of each other like that?
And my thing with Helldivers 2 is where's the previews for it? Where's the the impressions? Like it just went gold.
It do come out like what 2 weeks? Like
yeah. So where's the previews and all that stuff? Something that's weird. Something looking spooky.
That game gonna be just like the first one. I'm gonna play it. That game gonna be just like the first one. Watch.
But yeah, I'm off. I can't say that word. It was about to be another F word in front of phone.
I'm gonna ask you is what day we getting foamy, nigga? That's all I want to know.
Bring your goggles. I'm not giving you
never.
mine.
Never.
I'm trying to foam you up, BG. Come on, man.
What day you can wet his back?
This is the closest you'll get to a bath, BG. Come play Foamstars with us.
He's actually gonna wet his back? That's crazy.
BG definitely slide the bathroom on his back when he goes to the bathroom.
Hey. Y'all have fun getting real foamy. Get foamed up, foam down, foam left, foam right.
You hopping in the foam with me, dog.
You bringing the kiddie pool, nigga.
This first time I seen BG didn't get triggered, bro. Good job, bro.
They can't like
new year, new you, huh?
This is the thing. I fuck with BG, and I just want him to live up to his multiplayer god status.
Because bro, these multiplayer games are not respectable. Okay, y'all taking these multiplayer games like anything.
Bro, Rogue Company is.
What is that? Oh, is that the Dragon Balls? Oh shit, the gameplay.
That's funny.
Shenron, I need factions too, please.
I wish that would work.
Please.
I wish that would work.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Y'all know none of these multiplayer games that PlayStation have been giving y'all are respectable. You won't go to nobody. Y'all won't even name these games in a list. So I know y'all not proud of them.
BG, let's try to get BG a loophole. Is the cancellation of Factions 2, is that your loophole out of the I'm going straight to that multiplayer? You should have rebrand. See, that was your time to do a rebrand right there, bro. You should say, you know what? I'm not the MP guy no more. I'm not going straight to that. I'm a single player gamer now.
I mean, I
Kiss
can't.
is the MP guy now. Me and Kiss Smooth play the most multiplayer games out of the panel right now.
I'm not gonna argue.
I play a lot of multiplayer, like a lot of Halo specifically.
Oh,
now, are you nice on it though? Are you nice on it though? That's the question.
No, because I'm not taking that back, you know, Jack, only because I still love multiplayer. They're just not making any good ones. So
I told you this was gonna happen. Factions 2, by the way, man. I wanted that game so bad.
Yeah. Y'all did, man.
It's a real shame. And actually, BG, I heard you talk about how you liked Factions 1. I never got to play the original Factions because I didn't have a PS3 or a PS4. So I want you to hurt me a little bit. Tell me what you loved about it and tell me what I'm missing out on, because I'm pissed about it. Seriously,
man,
I'm not happy.
There's really nothing else that plays it exactly like Factions. It's like, it's funny. It's hard to describe. Like it is really that unique, and that's why I thought it would succeed. Like it's slow paced, right? But it's also like very like intimate and intense. Like it's brutal, but it's like this strategic, like, you know, this strategic element to it too. It's definitely not a game where you could just run around and do a whole, you know, and play just all willy nilly and unga bunga. You know, there's literally a clip of Jack playing it, and he's screaming at his teammates because they're running at the beginning of the match, because, you know, you show up on the map if you start running and all that stuff. It's just this like real strategic, and it's skill based. It's tense. There's only 3 modes, but the modes were so fun. The maps were just really, really good, and like that's why it still has a player base. Even now, like you if you turn it on right now, you get into a match instantly. It's just a really, there's nothing else like it, man.
Game night.
No, I'm not touching that game again. It's all weird now and old and buggy, and yeah, it is.
Still fun.
Stop talking to me, Alex.
Hey man, just remember, BG like getting inked, but he won't let a nigga spray some foam on him, dog.
Splatoon is better than any game that PlayStation, any multiplayer game that PlayStation has tried to latch onto. PlayStation has given you Destruction All-Stars. They gave you Predator. Y'all forgot about Predator? Oh yeah. That banger.
But this is the thing. We can admit that those games were mistakes. We saw those games coming as mistakes from a mile away. This is not one of those games.
Okay, we played those too. Sure. It'd be different if we was like, yeah, Predator's look bad. We played it and we said, yeah, this is trash. We played Foamstars. This is fun. You know what I mean?
Y'all was trying to defend Destruction All-Stars. I played that game in like a few hours. And I told them it was garbage. I'm like, this game is garbage. Nobody just wants to crash into each other. Oh, BG, you're a hater. 3 weeks later, they had to put bots in the servers because nobody was playing it. Absolute garbage.
That was one of the shortest life, but that game lasted like 2 weeks, like legit, bro. That shit was dead.
That shit almost hit the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real, bro.
But I'm ready to move on. Since you brought up Factions, just want to talk about the no return mode in Part 2 Remastered, which it's so funny because when you play it, and it's funny, Jeremy hit me up about this on Discord DMs. There's literally modes in the no return mode straight out of Factions, Jack, if I told you there's a because you know you load into different little matches or rounds rather, and they're all different play styles. Like there's Hunted, which is just you have to survive for like a minute and 30 seconds. There's Assault, kill all the waves. There's Capture. Capture is literally the enemies have a safe that you need to get into. What is that, Jack?
That's your interrogation, man.
That is literally a mode out of the original Factions game. Literally, that's what that is.
That's a slap in the face, bro. That's great.
It is.
And I was saying this before No Return came out. I feel like this is going to have so many elements of Factions in it, and it's going to make me upset. And that's exactly what it did. Assault and Hunted. You could literally see how these games would play, and the maps are designed as if it's a PvP game. Because when the enemies spawn in, it's like, okay, you spawn on this side, the enemy spawns on that side. There's supplies and stuff in the middle. There's like the different cover. I'm like, bro, this is Factions. This is literally Factions.
Let me ask you a question.
I played a little bit of No Return this morning, and that first level where you have Dina with you, straight away I'm thinking, man, this would be a fucking sick co-op experience. I just want to play it with somebody, man. That's it. Because I love The Last of Us. It's one of my favorite games. I think it's phenomenal, and I didn't even play it until Part 1 came out. The Part 1 PS5 remake. It was the first time I played The Last of Us. Managed to avoid any of it being spoiled, and I thought it was incredible. And then I played The Last of Us 2, and I was like, holy fuck, this is one of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah. So
I want a multiplayer version.
Yeah. So No Return is like a mod or a spin-off of Factions. It's clearly there, but it's just PvE, and it's upsetting and it's infuriating.
It's infuriating. You from Naughty Dog.
Yeah. So, which one did they announce first? Because I can't remember. Did they announce the cancellation of Factions 2 first, or did they announce the remastered? Because I feel like they realized they wasn't gonna do Factions. They were like, fuck it, cancel. Then they was
they announced the remaster first.
Okay. With the No Return shit first.
No, not No Return. Yeah. No Return was something they said later. But
I used footage from that in a video that I created to report on that, so I think it may have been announced before the news broke.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is a really fun mode. It's addictive. It's challenging. You can pick your difficulty. Usually roguelikes don't let you pick your difficulties, but like you can do custom runs, standard runs, however you want to play, and all that stuff. Like it could be really challenging. Like they got invisible enemies on there, and they got these one thing I hate is they randomize sometimes stupid filters on some of the runs you do in some of the rounds. Like they may put a black and white filter on, and actually makes it harder to see enemies in the dark and stuff like that. That type of stuff I hate. But yeah, it's fun. It's addictive.
I wanted to ask you, BG. Visually, since this is a remastered game, right? Visually, are you seeing a noticeable boost in visuals or performance or?
No, I saw like a reflection that I thought was like, oh, I don't know if that was in the original like that. But no, listen, they need to call they need to start calling it director's cut. Stop calling these games remasters. They're not remasters. That's not what it is. And they would get so much less grief if they just titled it correctly. You call this director's cut.
Remaster was a mistake. For sure. They shouldn't have pulled it up.
Because when you say remaster, you got people putting and they're kind of joking about it and making fun of it. They put in the previous version up against this version. It's gonna look exactly the same because it's not actually a remaster. That's not what it is. So stop calling it that. Come up with a different title.
It's already a beautiful game. Like a director's cut. You're right, BG. That would have been absolutely fine because I think just labeling.
So are you ready to admit defeat about Demon's Souls now?
No. Are you
Are you ready, BG, to admit defeat on Demon's Souls now? Director's
no,
cut?
No, Bond is still wrong.
Hey, Jay,
director's cut?
Any Bond chair just levitate around the room like this?
If only you had 6 more of these, BG, you'd probably have multiplayer.
Why do I think he's about to swallow it? I thought he's about to do this.
This nigga eat a Dragon Ball or lobster, I'm leaving, bro. I'm not coming back either.
That's what he trying to become Shinra. That shit crazy.
I'm never coming back. That's crazy.
Oh, Jack, I meant to ask you.
Hold on, is this nigga eating on stream?
Who?
Smooth always eating on stream.
Hey, it's dinner
Hey,
time,
man.
man.
It's
dinner
it's
time.
whatever.
Yo,
at
he
this
looked
point.
like he was swallowing a dick at the bottom. What the fuck?
I'm having steak and salad, and technically we're about 30 minutes past the goal time.
Yeah,
So.
I'm.
He said you eat cotton salad, my guy.
It's Bond's fault, by the way. I'm getting out of here in the next 15 minutes.
What you talking about? It's my fault.
I'm getting out of here in the next 15 minutes somehow.
Okay, you got
Jack,
some pudding right there.
Damn, nigga, you got more sauce than all this pudding. I'm about to say that.
I want to ask you something, Jack, real quick.
What's up?
So in The Last of Us Part 1, do you remember if the flashlight gave you away?
I seen your stream about that in the first game. I don't remember in the first game, but in the second game, I definitely remember like the enemies getting alerted, like your flashlight on type shit.
Because I'm like, I have lasers on the guns too, because the lasers did that shit too.
Yeah, they be the NPCs definitely be seeing that shit.
Because I was getting confused. I was like, they can't see the flashlight, but I was like, maybe that was in Part 1 they couldn't see the flashlight. But either way,
the infected can't see the shit, but then the human enemies they can see the shit.
Yeah. Okay. Want to get some other stuff out the way so we can get out of here quick. The 4070 Super launched at $599 US. That's out. Bethesda trademarked IDKFA, which is a cheat code used in the Legacy Doom game that granted you all the keys and the full arsenal. So some people think that's like
ID keys full arsenal. Gotcha.
Yeah. Some people think that means a new Doom game is coming. Maybe, possibly, probably.
Did they trademark IDDQD?
I don't want to know what that means.
Brother?
Invincibility. Come on, what kind of gamer are you?
Oh, I thought you was on some freak shit. I thought it was gonna be something else.
I definitely thought you were gonna say something crazy.
Yeah. Until Dawn movie is in the works. I think that game's garbage. Y'all know that.
You are fucking this. Until Dawn is amazing, bro.
I think that game sucks.
I ain't gonna lie, that's probably the dumbest project they're doing with the movie shit. The game already a goddamn movie.
It's a movie. It's literally.
They got real actors in it.
Yeah.
But I quite liked the quarry though. I thought the quarry was good. I
didn't like it, bro.
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Weren't they werewolves?
I didn't like the twist. I liked it until the twist. I didn't like the twist.
Are we not fucking tired of Lycans and werewolves? As soon as a story has a werewolf, I immediately cut my brain off. I'm like, all right.
This brother, you're such a movie snob.
Werewolves is so fucking it's so bruh, it's so saturated.
Y'all not feeling Until Dawn? I think the Until Dawn it lends itself well to an IP. Like I said, it's already was supposed to be like a campy horror movie. So if they actually make a fucking horror movie, yeah, that's dope.
If anything's gonna flop, it's gonna be that one. Did y'all hear that?
I think it should have been like a show.
I saw it on Reddit. Yeah, did y'all hear them talking about Jack and Dexter? How Tom Holland wants to play Jack?
No,
let's not.
Yeah, hopefully that.
In live action.
Yes.
Ew.
And I'd love another Jack and Dexter game.
They gonna
why
put Tom
are they
Holland
focusing
as
on movies
the
instead of
nigga.
just putting more games out, man? I'd love another Jack and Dexter. I haven't played that since last time I played it was PS2, and I had such a good time on it.
Yeah, the Jack and Dexter. The subreddit is still trying to one nigga added all 3 games and said in 2024, Jack 2 times 3 is 6, and then some nigga doing some algorithm, and one nigga was like, he was like, the asylum needs you now. Like, it's niggas in there trying to crack the code of when the next Jack and Dexter game is coming
Never.
out.
Actually, Tom Holland does look like both the characters.
You think he look like an Otzel?
Oh shit, I'm tripping. Not Tom Holland. Who's the nigga that played Uncharted?
Tom Holland.
Oh, that was
Tom Holland.
They all look the same.
He actually looks like one of I can see him. Yeah, I can actually see him doing that.
They might fuck around and make Mark Wahlberg looking Jack. I don't know.
Stalker 2 comes out September 5th. It's the new release date. Cool.
What did you just say?
Stalker 2.
Stalker 2.
No, what date you said?
September 5th.
September 5th.
Damn. That's a ways off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they delayed it.
It was slated for Q1, but I think the feedback that they had generally shows like Gamescom and I think PAX as well was like players had hands on and they were like it is good. It just clearly needs more polish, which I think like if you saw any of the previews and stuff coming out of Gamescom last year, it clearly needed more polish. Obviously they have been through hell. So as far as I'm concerned, that studio always gets a free pass when they want to delay, take it. But for them to put confidence in a September 5th date, I think that's good. Good for them. I'm looking forward to Stalker 2 a lot as a highly anticipated one. I just hope they land that polish and the quality that people are expecting, because the showing that we saw at Gamescom wasn't there.
Yeah. EA Sports
Hold on, real
is
quick. If you're expecting polish from a Stalker game, you're not going to get it.
I'm expecting more polish than what we saw back in August. I'm not
Have you
expecting
played? Have you played the original 3 Stalkers?
No, I don't have a PC.
They are fucking amazing games. I will tell you, they are innovative. They are amazing. I'm excited for Stalker 2, but none of them I would call polished, unfortunately.
No, I'm not expecting AAA polish, but I want more than what we saw at the Gamescom event last year, because it didn't look.
Those games, I will say, were rough. I wouldn't call them indie games, but like they were in like that era of PC gaming. Like it was in a weird era, but I will say this: the mod support for the game was crazy. It made the game so much more better too. I like those games. Like I kind of like want to go back and play those games. I feel like if I install it, it might just be too old.
That's when you fucking that food up, brother. It's good, brother.
See, he look like he's sucking dick.
Come on, man. Come on, Bond.
You can't just say that, man.
You can't say that.
Oh my god.
Cannot say that, sir. EA Sports is reportedly planning to release the next NCAA college football game July 12, 2024.
Bro, they keep pump faking, bro. They was supposed to be showing the trailer during what the fuck was that, bro? I think it was the national
championship.
Yeah, it was the national title game. They supposed to be showing the trailer. They pump faked that. People was fucking livid. Now they doing nah, man. I don't know, bro. They
Not falling for it? Okay. All
we gotta see, man. They supposed to have showed it already.
All right. Let me get through this Halo news. Bon, I know you're gonna have something to say. Let me just say all of it first.
Yet?
Halo. So the rumored Halo Battle Royale, rumors are that was canceled. Someone did tell me, someone that I actually, I guess, trust and believe, said it was true and they were working on one, and it was canceled. So yeah, that happened. Halo Infinite will no longer be receiving new seasons. They said going forward, the game will adopt an operations model for new content similar to the Master Chief Collection, but operations will be smaller updates rather than seasons and will arrive once every 4 to 6 weeks, bringing smaller scale battle passes with 20 tiers of free unlockable rewards. Cool.
I think that's good. It kind of keep things fresh and more frequent, because we were waiting more than 4 to 6 weeks for a seasonal update. I think what they really need to do is keep putting more content into the game. So there's new maps, although now with the Forge community being able to support Halo Infinite better, which is something that's always happened in every Halo game. Like, the community is always the thing that has made Halo brilliant. All 343 or Bungie did was give a fantastic set of tools from like Halo 3 onwards. But new equipment, new weapons, keep things interesting is the thing that they really need to do. But all the foundations for Halo Infinite right now are in place for it to be a brilliant Halo game long term.
How long are the usual seasons right now?
I think they're like 3 months. I might be wrong on
It
that.
should be about like 90 days, yeah.
Something.
I'm
like
gonna
that.
say,
yeah.
I'm gonna say, bravo, good job. They just came off one of their best seasons ever with the last season, and one could argue that their operation updates that they were doing in between seasons were just as good or better than some of the seasonal content. I think Halo Infinite is finally in a place where it's very healthy. It's content healthy. There's a lot going on with it. It's still Halo. I have no really complaints about Halo as is. And me, I'm not a seasonal gamer. I hate that every multiplayer adopted seasons and season passes and battle passes and stuff like that, because the way I play Halo, I still play Halo old school. Like, I just want to do either Slayer, Team Slayer, whatever, and that's it. I play for my KD. I play for like rank. I really don't like follow any of the seasonal objectives. So like, I'm behind in all the objectives basically, because I don't there's nothing that I want that I'm going to follow the season passes for, but I still like to play the core Halo multiplayer. But a lot of people are prematurely writing this update as the death of Halo Infinite. They're just giving up, and it's like, no, it's just that they shouldn't have went with the whole season model anyway. They still could have done the live service and the games as a service model without following the seasons thing. But no, they're not giving up on it. It's just that they've pretty much hit their point. They will be working on another Halo game, and hopefully there won't be, the content updates don't stop, because they supported MCC for a long time. I think MCC got updated up until like earlier this, not we're in
late
2024,
end of last year, I think.
Yeah,
got its
it was
last,
sometime,
like,
and that came out in 2014. So you take the time they took to repair the game, and then they keep it like a live service action game, a live service game, and they maintained it for I don't know how many seasons that one went on for, but I'm not upset by this. I think they did a good job with Halo Infinite. Hopefully people continue to play it because it is a really good multiplayer experience. BG, you should convert your ass to Xbox. That's where all the multiplayer games are at anyway. But
talk to him.
Yeah, get off of PlayStation.
You could be on some Palworld right now, Smooth. Let that nigga know.
Since you don't want the Foamstars, yeah.
Okay. So a bunch of people got mad at Ubisoft this week because the exec was asked a question, and people misinterpreted what he was saying, right? He said that gamers have to get used to not owning their games, right? And people took that as him saying that's what gamers should do, and that's what they need to do. The question he was asked is, what is it going to take for subscriptions to grow and become more significant in the gaming industry? And he said people would have to get more comfortable with not owning games. He wasn't telling them, oh, you need to get more comfortable or you should. He was asked a question and he answered, and that is the truth. And so, but the headlines made it seem like he was just talking down on consumers, saying y'all need to get over it and move on. That's not what he was doing. He just simply answered a question, and it was the truth.
Wasn't he just talking about physical games?
He was just talking about subscription services and
he was
what
talking about subscription because they just did the was it the Prince of Persia, right? Just came out.
Yeah.
And they upgrade their subscription service for like the whole premium
$18, yeah.
Yeah. So so that's pretty much what it was though. And some people took that like, yeah, Game Pass is bad. You know what I mean? But
yeah, and I know I'm very critical of Ubisoft, but they just wanted to hate Ubisoft and any quote that came from them. But he didn't say anything wrong. He was just asked a question, and that was the right answer. Yeah, because it related to Matt Piscatella's statement, and this is the same statement that he reported like last year. Subscription growth has flattened, and sub-services on consoles and PC account for only 10% of total video game content spending in the U.S. I get that some people want to protect their preferred model, but the idea that subscription services will become dominant is unsupported by data, because subscription services have absolutely plateaued. He reported this last year in 2023, and that was based on data from like 2022 to 2023. So he's saying from then to 2023 didn't grow. From 2023 to now, subscription services still aren't growing. They're staying like exactly where they're at, and like up and down, but not growing.
Why did all these companies think that COVID was gonna be real life? Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, all the shit they got a boom. Like, even all streaming service, like everything, bro. It was so successful during COVID, so they thinking this is the future, bro. It's not the future, bro. Hopefully, it ain't the fucking future, bro. Like, niggas went back outside, like gaming was bigger than ever back then, but now. Yeah, of course it's gonna flatten and subside. Niggas can leave their house now, man.
I think a lot of these companies would love another COVID though. Another COVID lockdown. They would love that shit.
Absolutely. Everything was booming back then, man. Now that shit, nah.
Yeah.
It ain't that.
So what I'll say about this is I don't know if there will be any consequences to like subscription services flattening specifically for certain companies like Microsoft. Because the last number they reported is like 25 million, right? Let's say, they added games with gold to that. Let's say it's like somewhere in the 30s now, right? Based on them saying like it's flattened and it's really grown. It's probably somewhere in the 30 millions. And we've seen that leaked document that said their goal and everything like that.
Hold on.
I don't know if it
25-30 million. Oh, stop. It's only 25-30 million.
That's what James McWhirter. He also said that he's a senior games analyst.
Why'd I pay this nigga when it was supposed to be 50 million?
I don't know. Well, he said yeah, there wasn't an actual formula announcement.
Smooth. You gotta give that money back, dog.
He said estimates total game.
Hold on, BG. Stop the podcast. I need my money. I need my money back.
I don't want to stop the podcast.
So fuck.
How much owe you, Bun? How much owe you?
I paid him $60 on a June or July 16, 2023 bet.
Damn, Smooth. What you gonna do about that?
No,
I know he paid me.
Yeah, I got it right in my book.
You said I ain't know money
because you were saying some shit that they were eliminating games like gold that they're gonna be at 50 million or some shit. Nah, I need my money back.
James McWhirter said that estimates of Xbox Game Pass, of course they don't fully know, is around, it's in the 30 millions, the mid 30 millions. But I don't know if this is going to matter to Game Pass or if there's going to be any consequences that it doesn't grow, because I look at Game Pass as like the kid with the rich parents. Like, he could get a DUI, but Microsoft is rich. We can always, we know the sheriff, we can bail you out. We got all this money. They could always subsidize Game Pass forever. So I don't know if it matters if it ever grows. I don't know if there's any real consequences. There might never be. It doesn't matter. Probably doesn't matter to them if it ever grows.
I don't know if that's true, because they still gotta fund the content they putting in there. I mean, if it don't never grow and then you still, budgets rising, lowering, I think that does matter.
Can't they just use the money they get elsewhere to keep funding Game Pass?
I mean, you could, right? Like, realistically, I could go to the casino every week and just lose a X amount of dollars, but eventually you're gonna be like, maybe I should stop fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just want to keep doing it. If you're in a net negative, you don't want to keep doing the shit.
Yeah, you'd have to question the purpose. Would it just be pride of not wanting to lose out to a Sony?
Yeah, you're just doing it for the fuck of it at that point.
Yeah.
And your consumers like it.
Hey, Jack,
it's hard to
raise that leg up.
I can't raise a leg up 2 weeks in a row. What? That's too much.
Headley said to do it as well.
I said no such thing. You do whatever you want, Jack.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if it matters to Microsoft. I really don't, because they're like the acquisition. They're gonna make a lot of money from that. Microsoft is a very rich company. Well, listen, man, we'll cover Game Pass's costs, whatever.
I think internally they have a stopping point, right? And one of them leaked. They said, in 2027, if that was a real document, in 2027, if shit don't look right, we had it. So I think they got a stopping point in mind. You know what I mean? If we ain't seeing the numbers we would like to see with the growth, we gonna, we gonna shut the studio down. So I don't know. We gonna see.
Maybe, I don't know. Bond, the Halo actor Pablo Schreiber. I don't know. I find it weird that his name is Pablo. He seems white. He just seems like a white
racist?
guy.
What we doing?
Like
that means he's not white. Just call him.
Did he just call a white guy Pablo?
His name is Pablo. That's the actor.
Nigga, ain't no white guy named Pablo.
I think his mum is Mexican. I may be wrong on that. I think his mum is from Mexico.
Let me see.
That rings a bell.
Let me look him up. He's Canadian American. Okay, but where's his parents from?
Smooth, what's wrong? You okay?
This is a real deep dive over here.
Either way, don't matter. Pablo Schreiber. He said, yeah, he was against the Master Chief having sex. That sex scene with the who was it, Bond? The queen of the
Karen of the Covenant.
Yeah, the Covenant. Yeah. He was against that. He thought it was a huge mistake, he said. So, Halo Season 2 coming out.
I mean, why you say that?
Bad for story.
Well, no, they put prosthetics on for that, don't they?
Damn, he had to put on a fake schlong, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
crazy.
sorry, Jack. I know you was looking forward to that. My bad.
Yeah, that was so Kid Cudi in X. That was
a prosthetic. Nah, that might have been on him. That might have been on him.
That motherfucker slapped his kneecap. I said, God damn, nigga. No wonder he don't make music no more. That joint crazy.
Last thing before we get out of here, and then I'm gonna read super chats. Prince of Persia came out. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Great game. I've been playing it. Metroidvania. I like
Bro,
what they've done with it.
I have no desire to play this game, bro. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. I know I'm probably gonna end up playing it, or I am gonna end up playing it, but it's just I don't have a desire to start it, man. I got so many other games I want to play, bro. Like
It's
damn.
a good game. I think it's a good game to start out the year. It's fun. It has a high like ceiling. Like people have done some crazy combos with it. It's
Can I be the
it
fun
can
police?
be
Can I be the fun police with that? I understand it's
sure.
cool to look at, bro, but like I'm the type person, bro. If I know I gotta hit you 4 or 5 times to kill you, I'm gonna hit you 4 or 5 times. All this dashing through the air, hitting them for fucking 15 minutes. Cut it the fuck out. All right, I understand it look cool, but can we be real about life for a minute? But nobody's doing this, bro.
You don't got to do none of that stuff in the game. Like I
I'm not
pull off
doing
some
none of that
combos,
shit, man.
but you don't got to do none of that stuff in the game. The bosses are cool. The level design is pretty good. You know, they make it so that like it's a Metroidvania, but they have all these features to make it so that like you don't get lost as easy. Like I haven't gotten lost at all. There is like a lot to do and a lot to cover. Like I look at the map and, you know, you got to unlock the abilities before you're able to get this. And then, you know, it shows you like, oh, there's like 20 collectibles in this part of the map. And like you look at the whole map and it's like, yo, this map is huge. So like there's 20 in just that section. And then the whole map is probably like hundreds or whatever. So it could be intimidating looking at the whole thing, but it's a good game. It's fun. Good story. It's like I'm like this is a better story than I thought it would be. Visuals are nice. Combat's good. Yeah, it's a good way to start out the year.
You ain't got no games beat. You ain't got no games beat yet, brother.
This year? No.
Yeah, I'm at 2 games. I'm about to beat Alan Wake 2. I've been playing the game for 2 fucking months. I think I'm close to the end though.
Yeah,
People are telling me I'm close to.
You're gonna beat it in next stream.
Yes, sir. Bless up.
Okay. I think we covered everything. Let me get to some super chats. We reload. Wowzers. Purple Kool-Aid. This some clean jungle gameplay for real. He's talking about the first game, I think, or Palworld. It might have been Palworld. Almighty J 24. PC gamers see trees and want to be Paul Bunyan so bad. They love them trees in their games.
Whoa, that's crazy. That's a crazy way to put that.
The Brandalorian for BG and any other New Yorkers. I'm heading up there in the spring for a week. Central Park area. Where do I get a good slice of pizza? First of all, go to Brooklyn. Not that Manhattan doesn't have any good spots, but go to Cuts and Slices. They have regular slices, but they have like the specialty pizzas. You know, some oxtail, some curry stuff. You know, they got the specialties and the regular joints. Also, like in Brooklyn, you could probably just stumble into a random good pizza joint. You know, Brooklyn is a spot for the pizza joints, bro. You gotta find the hole in the wall pizza spots, and it'll probably be good.
We didn't even get to go to the Cuts and Slices. BG took all fucking day.
This man just recommended you go to Brooklyn. You might as well make your will out right now, because if you ain't gonna get shot, you might get rat poisoned.
Ew.
Brooklyn is a
I found
very
one
safe
good spot in Manhattan
place.
when I was out there.
Take your ass to Manhattan.
No, do not. If you come to New York and you stay in Manhattan, you didn't come to New York. I'm telling you that right
you
now.
did.
No, you didn't. You did not.
Yes, you did.
You didn't come to New York. You might as well stay home.
They did the tour. They did the tour shit. What you saying?
Yeah, it's the boring, lame tourist
Didn't
stuff.
we just literally have this argument over niggas going to countries and staying in the resort?
That's different. Listen, if listen, let me tell you right now. If you go to Brooklyn and you mind your business, nobody will bother you. It's one of the
niggas will bother you regardless if you mind their business or not. Niggas
Nobody's
will
gonna bother you.
Minding your business is bothering people.
Unless you literally walk into like specifically the projects and you walk up on somebody maybe doing a hand-to-hand transaction and you walk up into their face literally as they're doing it, that's the only way you're going to get in trouble. Nobody cares about you. People in New York is the mind your business like state, okay? We don't care about nobody else and what nobody else is doing. If you keep walking, nobody's going to walk up to you. None of that stuff is happening, bro. The stuff you like, it's not Gotham City. So just so you know, you'll be all right.
Talking about jigaboos like the Warriors intro.
You think Bob walk up with his little little hall monitor sachet on? What are you guys doing? What's going on?
Smells like gravity. Where can I get a slice?
You did a
Try to be
transaction?
Emmanuel
That's
A1.
crazy.
Any mech warriors around here?
Emmanuel A1. Hold it down, WWP. Yo, BG, can you get the cat back on camera and feed it a snack on the counter for us? We need to get out of here, bro. I could do it on the next. I could do it on the next show. I don't know what
He gonna
type
forget, dog.
I'll do it.
Is that
on
why
the
your
next
one
show.
catch punched the other one because they knew they were usually getting snacks ready?
They be scrapping sometimes for fun. GT Bato. Palworld also has legendaries to catch and boss battles, which are basically gyms. Also, besides capturing humans, there is out of pocket Pokemon like Depresso. Why is his name Depresso? And Noose Pokemon called Hang You. Is this serious? Is he joking?
Hell no.
That's true. Yeah, I caught both of those. I caught Depresso. Son,
color is
Depresso just be at the camp working with the most depressive look on his face. Like he hate life. Like he really want to kill
You
himself.
can kidnap black people into slavery, and there's a noose called Hang You? This the shit
That's
y'all-
nuts.
this shit
What
y'all-
color is the Pokemon that's called Hang You?
So fucking,
I don't remember Hang You.
It's gotta be brown, man.
I caught Hang You, but I ain't really use it. I spent a lot of time using Depresso though. I be making that nigga do all kinds of shit.
Just
Wow.
sick.
Alcoholic Gamer. Crown Peach plus watermelon Fanta. Enjoy drinks on me. Thank you, sir. Vic
You gonna have y'all
Floor.
fucked up. Yeah, y'all fucked up, man.
Vic Floor. Black Bond is playing No Pal's World in real life.
Yeah. They remember these were people. Oh, you have so many friends. Stop bragging. Shut the fuck up.
But
Why
they
you
told you
just
you have
say
so
that?
many friends. Stop bragging.
He said you playing no. What did he say? No.
No Pal's World in real life.
Come on, man.
They talking about how Bond told us in the Discord that he has 40 best friends.
I mean, niggas, you've seen the pictures of it. Y'all playing no pussy, no
Fine.
pals, no nothing.
40 best friends is a little bit egregious.
40 best friends just doesn't make sense.
That is
Hey,
a
man.
crazy.
You can't. Oh, that's the problem. You can't have 40 best friends. You can have
you
40
can't.
friends. That's cool. You can't
Dog,
have 40
I'm
best friends.
I'm literally looking at my group chat right now. There's like 218 missed messages from niggas talking about this playoff game.
Call all 40 right now. We're gonna hear how they respond when they answer the phone.
They watch the pod.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if you,
40 of y'all.
Well,
I don't know if you can really have 40 friends.
If you one of the 40, leave a comment, man. We're gonna
Listen,
Hey, shout out to y'all 40, man. Shout out to
We trying to collect all 40 of y'all like some pals.
10
they
of them
were
is
waiting-
friends. The rest are acquaintances.
They were waiting for y'all in the FF7 stream, but none of y'all came.
We only saw
I was watching the
three.
stream.
We
I
only
ain't
saw
leave
3
no
of the 40 in there, brother. I'm sorry.
I saw you fighting that house, Bond. I saw
What
you.
number was the one that you read the text message from?
So hold on. Did Hard 8 really quit after the house?
I wouldn't know.
Who was that guy that you're talking?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never heard of him. I don't.
I heard
know
he quit after the house.
People quitting after the house. I ain't never heard that
If they would
person
have replaced the
talking
doorknob
about.
with a
It's-
never mind. Yeah, I don't.
I know there's a
I don't know
boss.
the person you talking about, but quitting after the house is something.
I know there's a boss in Final Fantasy VII, of course. You know the house you have to fight, but I don't know the individual you're speaking of.
Oh,
They
what
still
if they
live. We can call in. They still live.
a doorbell? You know, on doorbell go like ding dong, but what if it's actually like a ding dong? That's crazy.
Or if it says grabbed it, something like that.
Moving on.
Let me in, faggot, let me in.
Moving on.
That shit crazy.
Bless
You dig?
Bless 011.
Yo.
That Indiana Jones.
That shit fun.
That Indiana Jones game feels like a VR title. Those facial animations, though, disgusting. Okay. Emmanuel A1. I'm more of an Alan Quartermain kind of guy, but the Indiana Jones game looked decent. Avowed finna be 2024 Game of the Year, though. Okay.
Ooh.
Tarek Ahmed. Wonton not playing foam not cinnamon flavored. What?
Oh, he said he's not playing Foamstars, so it's not cinnamon flavored.
Because it's not cinnamon flavored. Oh.
Said one time trying to eat the foam.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
He said one time think getting foamy mean you eat it all. That shit crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Shout out one time, man.
Jazzy Jefferson. Me and my foamies. Oh, okay, I like that. Me and my foamies.
We're not doing this, Jazz. We're not-
That's
we're not
kind of
doing
fire.
Chef
good.
Bubble
That's strong.
approved. Chef Bubble approved.
We're not doing this,
That's
Jazz. We're not doing this, bro.
Yeah, man.
Jazzy
I
about
like
to
that.
did something, dog.
Foam up with the
That's fine.
foamies? Okay. Me and my foamies will be there for Foamstars Day 1. I'll be back on the podcast for that, so BG hating ass won't be one-sided.
Yo, the word hater is so egregiously overused nowadays. If you don't dick ride the same game other people dick ride, you're a hater.
Nah, some there's been a lot of hate surrounding Palworld. Those niggas have actually been haters.
No offense, hardhead, but you were calling me a hater over the AEW Fight Forever video game. What happened to that?
Ooh,
Dead.
I think
you was hating. No, because if you ain't played something and you got all these negative things to say about it, that's hating.
And
that's hating. What you were saying was before it came out.
No,
if you was hating,
the game, I was excited for the
was
game.
Was he wrong? Was he wrong about it? Was he wrong though?
No, I wasn't wrong. It was dead.
Wrong.
Shit died quicker than Baron's
so it's
wrestling
not
career.
So it's not hate. It's just the truth.
Baron ain't in the game either. That's kind of funny.
No, that's why I ain't want to play it.
That's why I bought it. I thought he would be in there, but he ain't nowhere to be found. Not DLC, not an unlockable, not a screenshot.
I was ready to put the nigga in mad matches. He was
Easy on
Baron.
Easy on Baron. GT Bato, if Alex puts 100 hours on an MP game, expect layoffs and shutdowns to follow. Facts.
Hey, low key.
Everything Alex plays gets shut down. That's a fact.
I just got that's fine. True. Hey,
that's your pattern, Alex.
Yeah. Hey man, I'll be.
Man, they saying Alex killing games is crazy, man.
Like that, man.
That's a joke.
Yeah,
why are you talking like him now, Jack?
if you know, you know, man. That's a
pattern.
That's your pattern. Yeah.
Forget it, Brian. I need a refund. The main's already not in After Dark. What he talking about?
We back tonight, man. We back.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna be.
The last After Dark was missing some people. That's what he's saying.
He said it went on After Dark last week.
Yeah, that wasn't really an After Dark, but we gave y'all, Mayor. Indy's most iconic scene, running away from the boulder, would be impossible to replicate in first person. There's just things you can't do in first person.
That's crazy. You're just gonna be running forward, hearing a boulder coming behind you.
Yeah, imagine
that might be scary. That might be scarier.
Imagine how doofy you look turning around like this and then turning back around to run. That should be lame as hell.
Because what's the name does that? It has the running mechanic when you're running from the monsters at night, and you could press the button to turn around. That's cool.
Dying Light.
Yeah, Dying Light does that. Yeah. Tarek Ahmed. I feel like signing the Declaration of Independence when the guest talks.
Ooh.
Hey, man. Oh, he talking about Buddy with the accent.
I know you didn't think he was talking about you.
I was about to get on Tarek. Come on, man.
Clout Fiend. Do you think that Microsoft working with Palworld damaged future relationships with Nintendo, and if PlayStation did the same, what happened?
No.
No, I don't think that hurts anything.
They got all the negotiating power right now. They popping. So.
Yeah. Boycott activity. Foamstars is Fortnite, Overwatch, and Splatoon. Try it. No, it's not. And I won't. Well, I will try it.
Crazy combination of games.
And Gran Turismo. Yeah, he just put all the games in there.
It's not any of that. Okay, it's time to get out of here because I want to see Patrick Mahomes lose. So
he is not losing to the Buffalo Bills. Stop. The Buffalo Bills will choke.
Shit.
Buffalo Bills almost lost to my Steelers. They not beating them.
Hey, Deadly Headley, do you make content? Where can I follow you on? Do you have a YouTube channel?
So for anyone who missed my intro, hi, my name is Deadly Headley. I am a fairly new content creator. I started making content back in July of 23. And it's done really well. I have just over 750 subscribers. There is some secret sauce. I have a journalism degree, so I am qualified to operate in this space. And my big boy job that I do for a living is to make shit that looks really, really nice because I am a creative professional. So I make content that is, if I'm going to blow my own trumpet here, high quality as fuck, and you should go and check it out.
All right, so this
is like a journalism degree in the UK better than one here because US journalism
I see the profile. Here you go.
US journalism degrees are trash.
I'm gonna go ahead. I haven't subscribed yet. I got to check it out. But with a voice like that, and you're a graphic designer, your content must be immaculate.
The last video that I put out was is basically everything that you need to know about the developer direct. Was done in under 12 minutes, just under 12 minutes, and sort of quite like tightly cut, tightly written to get everything that you need.
How would you compare your content to Colt Eastwood? Because I think he does. So his quality comes out pretty good. But you have the
Colt Eastwood is like a serious sort of like benchmark for me as far as content goes. So you know, I've been listening to podcasts and watching content for a long time, as all of us do, because we're all gamers at heart, right? So creators like Samurai QBG, Colt Eastwood, and Randall Thor are like the three content creators that I would point to as, in terms of like production quality level and the type of quality and the type of content that they put out, absolutely the kind of guys that I look up to. I'm really, really proud of my content. So yeah, make sure you go and check out my channel. You can find me on Twitter as well at deadlyheadley_. And also, I have an announcement to make, which is pretty exciting. No, not quite. Asa from Game On Daily, myself, and Gamsley, who has also been making a name for himself on the scene recently, we are starting an Xbox podcast. We will have more information to share on that.
Look at smooth face. Look at smooth face.
Yes, we are starting a show.
That's going to be awesome. Go ahead.
You and Asa kind of sound alike.
I know.
That's gonna be like the same person.
I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to it.
On the ears.
Can I ask that the question?
Go.
And I've always wanted to know this. I put a picture in the Discord chat of your WoW faces. What noise do y'all make when your mouth is open? It's like, like what noise do y'all make? Or is it dead quiet in that room?
Yeah, it's dead quiet in that room. You mean the thumbnail shit?
Scream or something? Yeah,
the thumbnail stuff. Yeah, no, that was. So I shot a bunch of those when I did my first video. And I've been really happy with them. So I've just kept them.
BG could take notes. Yeah, he be looking like he like just let one off.
BG be putting out them freaky ass thumbnails, man.
BG be like, and his shit be looking crazy.
Cat.
He always say, find a picture of me doing that. Then we find like 10 of them. It's like, all right, bro.
Heck, what was that one where he was like this, and we was like, bro, we just saw you doing it.
Cat.
BG freaky ass thumbnails.
Yeah, that's me. There will be more information to share about the podcast that Asa, Gamsley, and I are starting soon, but we are going to be streaming it on Asa's channel. So if you're already subscribed to Asa on Game On Daily, you'll get that show when it comes through. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
What's up?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for
Hardhead.
having me.
Appreciate you letting me come and speak the gospel on some games that's getting hated on in this community. Everybody gonna see the light of the day soon, but make sure y'all check me out. Y'all already know Hardhead7WD, Twitch.tv, and shout out to my pals, and I love all my foamies, dog.
Oh God,
brother.
See you in the suds, brother.
See you in the suds.
The suds. Jack.
Hey man, good podcast this week, good topics. I think we ended like 30 minutes early, so thank you, BZ. So technically you weren't wrong. The podcast this week ain't as long as the podcast last week. I'm gonna need you to cut that some more though. Next, going forward,
trying.
okay? Thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much. Appreciate the viewers, and that's it.
Yeah. Bond.
What's going on, everybody? I am about to stream Final Fantasy VII, so if you want to hop on over there after the stream, you are more than welcome. Outside of that, Mahomes winning tonight, BG. I'm sorry, Buffalo. They circle the wagons to an L. They are the most cursed franchise in the NFL. They lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. Doesn't matter if they have Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, they gonna lose.
Josh Allen is going to channel his inner Ultra Instinct, God level, whatever the hell it's called.
4 Super Bowls in a row, bro. I think I would have killed myself, bro.
Speaking of Ultra Instinct, God, whatever, what happened when Frieza El Negro showed up? He one-shot both of them. Game over.
Negro.
Who is Frieza El Negro? Who is that?
Oh,
that's his new form.
Frieza El Negro.
He turned into a nigga?
Yeah, he's Black Frieza now. You didn't know?
No.
Oh yeah, they got a new form of Frieza.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting Super still got episodes.
He one shot Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego Vegeta and Frieza and Goku in one hit. Double clothesline.
I bet he ain't got no job.
You don't need one. He's the emperor of the universe.
Alex.
Shit.
Yeah, man, fun show. Sorry I was late. I was at a theatrical play with the missus. Fun show. I'm looking
You
forward
went to see Malcolm X on Ice? That's what I heard.
No, I went to go see Yellow Man. It was actually about Bond. It was a story
I'm
about
about to say, yeah, is that
man.
Bond? Fuck.
Yeah, it was a story about a biracial man and his struggle with
Well,
the
I'm not biracial. I'm double black.
Oh,
Keep saying that.
Yeah, exactly. I got two
He had
black
explained that
parents.
to y'all.
I thought you were going to say something else. Okay.
I got two black parents from two different kinds of black people.
Bond, walk to the kitchen real quick.
Why?
Never mind.
So you could check out my ass? Is that what you're trying to do?
Freak ass.
The fuck? What? Get out of here.
What the fuck?
This nigga right here.
All right, y'all.
I like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get out of here.
We out. I'm streaming. Hop on over.
Smooth, you did
Join the
yours?
after.
Damn, Jigga.
I know I didn't do an outro, but it's okay. Shout out to Deathly, the Deathly Headley, right? Or Headley.
Headley.
Deadly Headley. I will check out your content. Thanks for gracing us with your presence. It's a good show. Shout out to Hardhead and Alex. I just want to. I'm placing a bet. 90 days. Your game won't last.
How much?
Oh,
money
that's
are
a
you
good bet. Are you taking a serious
take
bet?
that
You want to take a serious bet? I'll take a bet.
Take that shit.
Let's do it in After Dark.
What is it? What is it? What do you mean by
I'm gonna go by player
We'll
count.
we'll define
Can
it
we
in
look
After
that up
Dark.
on Sony?
Nah, nigga.
So you want me to see how long it take to load up a match, nigga? That don't count.
Hey, that's a good
No.
bet. That's a good bet.
We gotta use the benchmark. We gotta use Steam.
Okay, I don't want money if I win. I want you to take a bath on stream and get and be in the phone.
Oh God.
Ooh,
All right.
that's a good bet.
We are out of here. We're going to After Dark.
You thinking about it?
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Come on, freak.
Boy, trying to see that phone. Ooh.
Yes, sir. We're out of here.
She was so lazy.
Right. Plenty have tried and plenty have failed. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. Bye. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know my bro King got me, see that's a black bond that can't be broken. No Idris Alba, I'm a black bond, aim in a scope and all black panel, you can never try playing us token. Yeah, we playing games, but now one of us playing or joking. For real. Oh wait, then Jack Move came in with the trophies, God in a lane of its own, like how can you gamers approach me? Tell kids move to body you in Halo, then send your family an angel emoji. You should've known, dog, you ain't got enough Series X's. Blind got all the answers, no, you ain't gotta ask Siri questions. All the latest gaming news gotta be here to check it. Since 2015 and beyond, I'm just here to respect it. When you at the top of your tier, it's a blessing. From the bottom, so no way we appear to be desperate. This for anybody doubting, I'm clearing a message. And if you ever had a problem, I'm here to correct. Plenty have failed. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know what it is, man. Weapon World Podcast, y'all know what we got in the building, man. We got BG. We got Kid Smooth, we got Jack Move, we got Black Bond, I mean. Blandrew, I mean, what you can't all strafe us, bro. Like, the strafe too strong.